Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is part 1 of our story. If you like this What If story and want to see part 2, let me know in the comments below. Before we start, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with your friends. Also, check the description for more great content and my playlist. This story was posted by 𝐻𝐻𝐻𝐿145 on Wattpad. Now let's start. No one's POV, Izuku, why is this happening? We see man named Izuku Midoriya walking on the street with a sad look on his face. He's 19 years old who just got his hero license. He should be happy but he isn't. Izuku, not only is my classmates ignoring, 𝐬𝗏𝗏 got with 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, a single tear went down his face. This man has got it rough. For the last few months, whenever he tries to talk to his friends, they said they're busy with their relationships. Some from their class gotten together or have gotten with somebody out of class. Ida got with Mei, Shoto got with Momo, Denki with Kyuka, Kirishima with Mina, Tsuyu with Tokoyami, Ojiro with Toru, Koda with Pony, Tetsu with Itsuka, and so on. Even his crush is in a relationship with his childhood bully Katsuki Bakugo. Izuku would have turned to his teacher All Might for advice, but he died not long ago. He's lost and miserable. Back to Izuku, he walked to a park and sat down on the bench. The park was empty and he preferred it that way. Izuku, has my friendships been for nothing? Izuku, crying, I thought I finally made friends. But they just end up like everybody else did. He started to cry silently. He doesn't want anybody to see him cry. He thought he got over this phase by now, but he would always be himself. He sat there until the sun started to set. Hey kid, you okay? Izuku looked up and saw, kid. Izuku, you're Cole Cassidy. Cole, I am. What are you crying? Izuku, oh sorry, he wiped his ears away. Cole, you don't need to apologize for crying. What's wrong? Izuku, it's nothing. Cole, you sure? Because crying most of the time means something bad happened. Izuku, I don't want to bother you. Cole, it's alright kid. I'm required to help people by my profession, so I'll listen to you. What's your name? Izuku, Izuku Midoriya. Cole, Izuku, I seen your work as a hero. I have to say you do good work. Izuku, thanks. Cole then sat beside Izuku. Cole, so what seems to be bothering you? Izuku, well. Izuku then told Cole everything that's been happening with his friends ignoring him, his crush being with his former bully, and his teacher dying. Izuku chalked up a couple times. He even told him about his childhood and growing up quirkless while also being friendless. Izuku, so that's what's going on. Cole sat in silence. He knows about the pain of being ignored and not having friends. Cole, listen kid, I know the feeling of being ignored. If they were really your friend, then they wouldn't do this. I don't know what you should do, but don't lose heart. Because you'll lose once you give up. Izuku, but what do? I want to become a hero, but it's lonely. I want to become the #1 hero, but if I achieve it, it will just be lonely at the top. Cole, if you don't want to be lonely, then why don't you come with me and join Overwatch? Izuku, what? Are you serious? Cole, yeah. I seen the stuff that you can and it's impressive. Actually, Overwatch has had their eye on you for a while now. We want you to join. Izuku, but it's only for elites. Cole, true, but agents can invite others to join. I'm a hard man to please, but your skill in a fight is impressive. So I want to invite you to Overwatch. Izuku, I don't know what to say. Cole, think about it. Here's my number if you want to join. He gives Izuku his phone number and leaves. Izuku sat on the bench just looking at the number. He was just invited to join Overwatch, one of the most important groups in the world. It's an elite group of highly trained soldiers from all around the world. Izuku thought, should I take it? He sat there for another half an hour before going home to his parents. The way his mind was wrapping itself around the idea of joining. He arrived home. Izuku, Mom. I'm back. Inko, in the kitchen, sweetie. He went into the kitchen and saw his mom making dinner and his dad reading the newspaper like always. Inko, how did the ceremony go? Izuku, it went fine. Hisashi, sorry we couldn't go. Izuku, it's fine dad. I know you two were busy. Hisashi, alright, what is it? Izuku, what? Hisashi, I know there's something on your mind. Your face shows it, Izuku. Chuckles, I can't hide anything from you, 𝐻𝐿𝐻𝐿. What's wrong? Izuku. After I got my hero license, I went on a walk to clear my head. I was in the park and met somebody, Hisashi. Who was it? Izuku, Cole Cassidy, Hisashi/𝐻𝐿𝐻𝐿. What? His parents were in shock. 𝐻𝐿𝐻𝐿. You met Cole Cassidy. Izuku. Yeah, I did, Hisashi. And what happened? Izuku. Hisashi. Izuku. Izuku. Mom, Dad, there's something I need to tell you. I didn't want to make more worry since this year has been dangerous enough as it is. 𝐻𝐿𝐻𝐿. What? Izuku. At the beginning of my 3rd year, my friends have gotten into relationships with each other or others out of UA. I was happy for them at first until they started to blow me off. They are busy with their relationship or work. And the girl I had a crush on started to date 𝐻𝐿𝐻𝐿, Hisashi. So your friends don't talk to you anymore. Izuku. Yeah. It's been going on until now. I went to All Might for help, but since he's dead now, I just don't know what to do. 𝐻𝐿𝐻𝐿. Oh honey. 𝐻𝐿𝐻𝐿 and Hisashi comfort their son about this. Hisashi. So how does this relate to Cole Cassidy? Izuku. He invited me to join Overwatch. Hisashi/𝐻𝐿𝐻𝐿. What? Again they scream 𝐻𝐿𝐻𝐿. So are you taking his invitation? Izuku. I don't know. I finally got my hero license to become a hero, but I don't want to leave since they're my friends still. Hisashi. Izuku, are they really your friends? Izuku. What do you mean, Dad? Hisashi. If they were really your friends, then why did they start to ignore you? Why would they ignore somebody who has done so much for them and never asked anything in return? Izuku. Hisashi. Izuku, look at me. Izuku looks at his dad straight in the face. Hisashi. Take the invitation. Izuku. Huh? Are you sure, Dad? Hisashi. I am. 𝐻𝐿𝐻𝐿. Are you sure, Hisashi? Hisashi. Some time away from Japan would do him some good. And being invited to one of the most important groups doesn't come every day. Izuku. All right. I'll join. Hisashi. Good. Izuku grabs his phone and calls Cole. After a second of ringing, somebody picked up. Cole. Hello. Izuku. Hey Cassidy, it's me. Izuku. Cole. Izuku. So have you come to a decision? Izuku. Yeah. I accept your invitation, Cole. Great. Overwatch would be delighted to have you. Pack your stuff for tomorrow. Izuku. What tomorrow? Cole. Yep. Today was my last day here. So pack your stuff for tomorrow and meet me at the same park we talk. He hanged up. Izuku. I better start packing. 𝐻𝐿𝐻𝐿. When are you leaving? Izuku. Tomorrow. Hisashi. That's soon. Izuku. Yeah. Today was Cassidy's final day here. 𝐻𝐿𝐻𝐿. We'll help you pack after dinner. Tonight we're having katsudon. Izuku. All right. 𝐻𝐿𝐻𝐿 went back to finishing dinner. Izuku sat with his dad talking about what the different stuff he would probably see while at Overwatch. 𝐻𝐿𝐻𝐿 finished making katsudon and the family spent quality time together since it will be a while they'll see each other. After dinner, Izuku went to his room to pack. His parents helped him pack stuff before they went to their rooms for the night. Before Izuku went to sleep, he sat at his desk. Izuku. Eri will definitely sad that I'm gone. I don't think I could face her. And she will probably not let me go. I better write her a letter. He took out a piece of paper and began to write her a letter about what's going to happen to him. Next day we see Izuku and his parents on their way to the park where Izuku met Cole Cassidy. He was nervous, of course, but also excited. He also dreamt about joining Overwatch. His parents are sad for him leaving but support him all the way. They arrived at the park and see Cole Cassidy. The park is empty again today since it's still early in the morning. Cole, you've arrived. Izuku. I can't turn down an invitation from Overwatch. Cole. I take they are your parents. Izuku. Yeah, they are. Hisashi. We want to see him off. Cole. Well, say your goodbyes and we'll be on our way. I'll wait for you over there. He pointed at the trees that led into the forest. He walked over there to give the Midoriya family time. 𝐻𝐿𝐻𝐿. Izuku, when you're over there, make sure you behave accordingly. Izuku. I know, Mom. 𝐻𝐿𝐻𝐿. And make sure you eat healthy and get rest. Izuku. I will. She hugged her son before letting him talk to his father. Hisashi. Izuku, I want you to have this. Hisashi handed Izuku a case. Izuku. What is it? Hisashi. It's my old suit. His eyes widen. Izuku. Are you serious? Hisashi, yeah. I'm getting too old now to continue this stuff. But now it's your turn to take up the mantle. Izuku looks at the case. This case contains the outfit and guns of the infamous Red Hood. Izuku, but am I worthy? Hisashi, you are. I trained you since you could walk. You have all the abilities you need to become the next Red Hood. Izuku. Alright, they hugged one last time. After a minute they separated. Izuku, also can you two give this letter to Eri? He handed them the letter. Izuku, I want to tell her in person I'm leaving, but I don't think I'll be able to tell her. And I know she won't let me go. 𝐻𝐿. We'll give it to her. Izuku, thanks. Bye Dad. He went over to Cole. Cole, you settled. Izuku, I am Cole. Good. Follow me. Izuku follows Cole into the forest. 𝐻𝐿 and Hisashi watch him disappeared into the trees. 𝐻𝐿 cried, hugging her husband. Izuku followed Cole until they came up against a transport with the Overwatch symbol on the side. Cole presses a button and it opens. Cole, hop on. They got on the transport. Izuku could see it was not built for combat. Cole, if you're wondering why you don't see weapons, it's because it's not for combat. Just traveling. Izuku looked around while Cole went over the pilot seat and set course for Gibraltar. Cole, take your seat. We're about to take off. Izuku sat on a seat and strapped in. Cole set course for Gibraltar and took his seat. The aircraft started to float before it flew off. Cole, get comfortable. Izuku. We'll be there in a couple of hours. Scene change. We switch to 𝐻𝐿 and Hisashi arriving at UA in their car. They get out and head towards 𝐻𝐿's office. They arrived and knock. Come in. They open the door and see 𝐻𝐿 sitting in his desk with Aizawa, Eri, and Ms. Joke there. 𝐻𝐿, Mr. and Ms. Midoriya. What can I do for you today? Hisashi, we came here to deliver something. 𝐻𝐿, oh. 𝐻𝐿 takes out the letter from her purse. 𝐻𝐿, Izuku wrote a letter for Eri. Eri, me. Aizawa narrowed his eyes. Normally Izuku would be here in person if he wanted to give Eri something. Emi, then why isn't he here to give to her in person? Hisashi, it's better if you know what the letter says. Aizawa, Eri, would you be able to read it? Eri, if it's from Deku then I'll do my best. 𝐻𝐿 walks up to Eri and gives it to her. Eri, Aizawa, can you open it? Aizawa takes it and opens the letter and gives her the paper. Dear Eri, I'm sorry I wasn't able to give you this in person. What I'm about to tell you might make you hate me or sad or both. You see, I'm leaving for a while and won't be coming back. Eri, what? He's not coming back. 𝐻𝐿, what happened? Aizawa, Eri, let me read it for everybody. Aizawa takes the letter and reads the rest of it. Before you think it's because of you, it's not. No, it's because I can't stay here anymore. Your aunts and uncles have not been nice to me in the last couple months. I'm sad. But also because I've been invited to join Overwatch, the group I showed you that you love so much. I'm going there to make new friends and help people not just in Japan but all around the world. I'm sorry for this and not telling you in person because I'm not strong enough to say it. Just know that I will always love you and know that you won't leave my mind ever. Sincerely, Izuku Midoriya. P.S. Tell Aizawa he needs to admit his feelings for Ms. Joke. He finished reading the note. Eri was crying. Ms. Joke would have been happy for Izuku telling his former teacher to confess, but after the news that he was invited to join Overwatch. 𝐻𝐿, so he left Japan. Hisashi, yeah. Cole Cassidy invited Izuku after he got his hero license. Aizawa, what about this that his friends were not nice to him? 𝐻𝐿, you see, the past few months his classmates have been ignoring Izuku. Anytime he tries to talk to them or ask to hang out they say they're busy. Hisashi, also his crush started to Katsuki, which broke him even more. 𝐻𝐿, I see. Eri, crying, I don't want him to leave. Aizawa picks her up and tries to calm her down. Emi, so he left Japan permanently. Hisashi, we don't know. Aizawa, I'm having a talk with them. 𝐻𝐿, actually he requested not to. Aizawa, what do you mean? 𝐻𝐿, he didn't want them to get trouble so he asked not do anything. He also wants them to forget about him. 𝐻𝐿, why? Hisashi, we don't know. But we trust his judgment so ask you not to mention this. 𝐻𝐿, very well. Aizawa, are you serious? They should dash. 𝐻𝐿, if that's his request then we'll abide by it. Plus he's an Overwatch agent now. You two know what that means. Aizawa, fine. 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫's back to Izuku with him arriving at Gibraltar. Cole, get ready Izuku. We're here. Izuku was excited inside, looking forward to work here. The aircraft touched down. Izuku stood up and grabbed his bag and case. Cole opened the door. Cole, welcome to Overwatch. Izuku saw other aircrafts, maintenance working along with soldiers. Welcome back Cole. Izuku then saw a monkey or gorilla walk up to the aircraft. How did the mission went? Cole, it went well. I even picked up a new recruit. The amazing specimen saw Izuku and recognized him. Izuku Midoriya. We had an eye on you for a while, Izuku. I know. Cassidy told me you wanted to recruit me for a while. We have. My name is Winston. Leader of Overwatch, Izuku. You already know my name. Nice to meet you, Winston. Likewise. Cole, I want you to give Izuku a tour of our base, then have come meet me in my lab to get assigned. Cole. Alright. Izuku, follow me. Izuku then follows Cole around Gibraltar. Cole showed him the training rooms, shooting range, dorm area, workshop, and cafeteria. Last was the lounge. Cole, and here is where we relax after missions. Izuku sees a big room with stuff like games, couches, a big refrigerator, and TVs. Come on. Again. You'll never beat me, 𝐿𝐿. Cole, you said you wanted to make new friends, right Izuku? Izuku, yeah Cole. Then come meet two people who are close to your age. Cole leads to Izuku to the screaming. Izuku sees two people laying on beanbags. One had dreadlocks and the other long brown hair who had a jumpsuit on. Cole, 𝐿𝐿, Virginia, meet our new recruit. Not now Cole, 𝐿𝐿. Come on Hannah. It's just a game, Izuku, thought Hannah. It's not just game, 𝐿𝐿. 𝐿𝐿, whatever. Hey man, the names. 𝐿𝐿. You probably seen me in concert, Izuku. I haven't, but I always wanted to go. I'm a fan, 𝐿𝐿. Nice to meet a fan. Hannah, come on, Hannah. Fine. She turns around and sees Izuku. Her eyes widen and also Izuku's. Izuku/Hannah, Hannah/Izuku. No one's POV. Izuku/Hannah, Hannah/Izuku. We left at Izuku and Hannah screaming at each other, causing everybody in the room to look at them. Now 𝐿𝐿, do you two know each other? Both didn't respond immediately. Izuku, Hannah, is that really you? Hannah, you can't be Izuku. Are you? Cole, so you do know each other. Hannah, what are you doing here? Cole, Izuku here is the recruit. Hannah, are you serious? Izuku, yeah I am. Cole, you can talk more about this later. I have to take this kid to Winston to get him set up. Izuku, I'll talk to you later. Hannah. They both leave with Hannah sitting in shock. 𝐿𝐿, Hannah, you okay? Hannah, yeah I'm fine. 𝐿𝐿, how do you know him? Hannah, we used to be neighbors. We would always come play at each other's places. Never thought he would join Overwatch. With Izuku. Cole, so she's your childhood friend? Izuku, yeah she is. I knew Hannah was part of Mecha, but I never thought she joined Overwatch. Cole, as a friend of mine says, life is full of mysteries. They arrived at Winston's lab. Cole, yo big guy. We're here. Winston comes down from his hanging. Tired? Winston, good. Now Izuku will see you up with your room and training. You'll be given access to all the Overwatch facilities. Expect the workshop. Winston then goes to a computer which brings up information on Izuku. Winston, we've seen how you do in a fight and know that you've recently gotten your hero license. So tomorrow we'll test your skill in battle with one of our agents. Izuku, I don't have to go through like the military. Winston, like I said, we've seen footage of you in fights before. Even with the villain named Shigaraki. Your skill is high for a standard Overwatch agent. Izuku, well alright, Winston, good. Depending on your performance will determine your position in the team. So be ready for tomorrow. Izuku, understood. Winston, your room number is 190. Cole, next to the. Izuku, thought I'm next to Hannah. Cole, let's go. Izuku, I'll show you where your room is. They leave the lab and Cole takes him back to the dorms. Cole, here's your room. Izuku, thanks Cassidy. Cole, just call me Cole. Everybody does. Izuku, okay Cole. Cole leaves and Izuku enters his new room. It was simple. A bed, bathroom with a shower stall, a small kitchen and flat-screen TV with a couch. He set his bag down on the ground and the case on the bed. Izuku looked at the case. Izuku, thought Red Hood, he was struggling with himself if he is worthy to take the name of Red Hood. And the lives of his victims. Izuku was about to open it until a knock at the door stopped him. Hana. Izuku. It's me, Hana. Izuku walked up to the door and opened it. Izuku. Hey, Hana. So this is your room? She walked in. Izuku. Yeah, sure, come in. He closed the door. Izuku. So what are you doing here? Hana. What does it look like? I'm here to see why the boy I haven't seen from childhood suddenly shows up at Overwatch saying he's going to become an agent. Izuku. Yeah, I guess you're right. They both take a seat on the couch. Izuku. So what do you want to know? Hana. How did you come to join Overwatch? Izuku. Cole Cassidy actually invited me. Hana. You serious? Never thought that drunk would invite somebody to Overwatch. Izuku. Yeah, apparently Overwatch has had their eye on me for a while now actually. Hana. So you're the guy Winston talked about recruiting. So how did you meet Cole? Izuku. You see, I actually just got my hero license yesterday from UA. Hana. You managed to get into UA. Izuku. Yeah, I did. Anyway, after I got my license I went for a walk and met Cole in the park. Hana. Wait, why didn't you celebrate with your friends? Izuku looked down. Hana. Izuku. Izuku. You see, I don't think they would have wanted me there. Hana. Why? What happened? Izuku told her about what's been happening the past year. Hana. I see. So that's why you left. Izuku. Yeah. My friends don't listen to me anymore or want to hang out. Staying in Japan would just be lonely and I should have nobody but my parents to talk to. Hana. Oh, Izuku. She hugged Izuku and he hugged her back. Hana. I'm sorry you had to go through that. Izuku. Don't be. It's not your fault they've been ignoring me. Hana. Izuku, now that you are going grow be part of Overwatch I can confirm you won't be lonely here. Izuku. You sure? Hana. Yeah, she let go of him. Hana. Everybody here is always nice to each other and support each other. Of course you would fight among some of them at some point but that's normal. Izuku. Okay, Hana. I trust you. Hana. By the way, how your parents doing? Izuku. They're doing fine. My dad finally got the promotion he wanted to so he would stay with my mom from now on. Hana. That's good. Hey, I'm going to start live streaming. Want to join me in my room? Izuku. No thanks. I still need to unpack my stuff so next time. Hana. Alright. I'll see you later. She left his room and Izuku sat there with his thoughts. Izuku. Thought Hana sure has changed. She has become even more appealing. What am I saying? He shakes his head. He then stands up and goes over the WhatIf case again. He presses his thumb on the case. Voice. Fingerprint identity. Welcome, Mr. Midoriya. The case opened. It revealed to show clothes along with some armor and a red mask. Guns were also at the sides. Izuku picks up the clothes. It was white shirt with a red bat on it, a black jacket, black cargo briefs, and boots. Izuku. Never thought I would one day I will be the next Red Hood. But am I strong enough? You are. Izuku was alert and looked around. He turned around and saw All Might. Izuku. All Might. 𝗧𝗓𝗧𝗟. Hey kid. Izuku. You're 𝗧𝗓𝗧𝗟. No, I'm dead still. I'm talking to you with one for all. Izuku. What are you doing here? 𝗧𝗓𝗧𝗟. I'm here to talk you my boy. I know you're having doubts about taking the name Red Hood. Izuku. How did you 𝗧𝗓𝗧𝗟? Did you forget that the previous users know what you're thinking? Anyway, listen, young Midoriya. I know taking the name of somebody who is considered legendary is a big decision. But remember you did this before with One for All, Izuku. But with One for All nobody knew it existed except for All for One, 𝗧𝗓𝗧𝗟. True, but nobody knows who you are either. You just got your hero license so nobody knows who you are. Red Hood has been gone for 5 years now and a new one always pops up. Izuku. But I will have to kill. How can I take somebody's life if it's against my dream as a hero? 𝗧𝗓𝗧𝗟. Young Midoriya, in Overwatch you will eventually have to kill somebody. There are military groups so killing is in the job description. I'm not saying every enemy deserves to be killed but some can't be contained as much as I hate it. Remember Doomfist. He only cares about BLD and will anything to satisfy his murder nature. 𝗧𝗓𝗧𝗟 walked up to Izuku and put his hand on Izuku's shoulder. 𝗧𝗓𝗧𝗟. It's going to be hard for you, I know. With what you went through growing up and at UA. But I know you will come out stronger. Heroes make sacrifices all the time, and that sometimes mean if it's against our own moral. So Izuku becomes strong for not just for those around you but yourself. Steel yourself for every heartbeat that might come your way, all might. Do you approve of me becoming Red Hood? 𝗏𝗏𝗏, I do. To be honest, I supported the previous Red Hood. He saved millions of lives, so I knew he wasn't that bad. I'm against killing, but don't follow my example. Follow your own path, Izuku. That's what I want. 𝗏𝗏𝗏 then disappeared, leaving Izuku. He looked at the outfit again and decided. Next day, Winston. Today you will be facing one of our new recruits. Considering you joined not long ago, this will be the perfect training. Whatever you say, Winston. I added my OC because of this backhand index pointing down. Hana. Where is Izuku? He should be here by now. He's probably getting ready. The door to the training room opened. Winston. He's Red Hood. They got their weapons ready. Whoa guys, clam down, it's me. His helmet retracted to show Izuku. Hana. Izuku. You're Red Hood, Izuku. I am. The new one anyway. What do you mean new one? Izuku. The previous Red Hood retired and he chose me to be the next Red Hood, Winston. And you didn't think to tell us. Izuku. I wasn't sure if I was ready to take on the persona. But last night I made my choice and decided to wear what the previous Red Hood gave me. Hana. Who's the previous Red Hood? Izuku. Sorry, but I can't tell you. The students are always sworn to keep the identity of the previous one a secret, Winston. Well, this changes things. Since you were trained by Red Hood, your skill must be higher than I thought. Dustin, do you still want to fight him? Dustin, you bet. It's never every day you face a legend, Izuku. I like your attitude. His mask covered his face again and takes out his guns. Izuku. Don't worry, there are BB bullets, so you won't get to hurt much. Dustin. I won't let them touch me. Both got into their fighting positions. Winston. Before you start, I think it's better if everybody sees this. He presses a button near the wall and a camera pops out and starts to film the two. Every TV and computer in Gibraltar showed Izuku and Dustin. Many couldn't believe they're seeing Red Hood. Winston. Start. Dustin rushed at Izuku with his batons and Izuku started to shot at him. Dustin dodged the bullets and got close to Izuku. He was about to hit him with his baton, but Izuku countered it by blocking his attack and shot him on his forearm. Dustin went at him again with his other baton. Izuku but pushed himself backwards, dodging it. Izuku put away his guns and brought out two knives and rushed at Dustin. Dustin pulled out his sword. Izuku. Oh, you have a sword. Dustin's sword stopped Izuku's two knives. Dustin. Always expect the unexpected. That's what my sir told me, Izuku. Ironic, mine said the same thing. Dustin pushed Izuku's knives away and went for a slash, but his armor protected him. Izuku then kicked him away. Izuku. If you are using a sword, then so will I. He pulled a small handle but then stretch out into a sword. Dustin. Neat. But do you have the skill to wield it? Dustin rushed at him to attack. Izuku began to block Dustin's attacks with ease. Their swords were the only heard. On the sidelines, Hana was worried for Izuku. She never thought her once weak friend turned out this way. Winston was also impressed with what little he sent from Izuku's performance. Back to the fight, both started to get a bit more serious. Both threw attacks that they either blocked or dodged. Dustin. I'm impressed you were able to keep up, Izuku. Same with you. Izuku went for an attack with his blade going towards Dustin's chest, but he dodged and threw him over himself to the ground. Dustin went for a stab, but Izuku dodged by rolling to side and then made Dustin fall with his feet. Izuku then got up. Izuku got out his guns and started to shot at Dustin, but he dodged by jumping back up and dodged his bullets by dodging backwards. Izuku's guns the click, meaning he's out. Dustin took this opportunity to run at him with his batons now connected to form a staff. Izuku then had to dodge his attacks, but he tripped and fell on the ground. Dustin then aimed his staff at his face. Dustin, ready to surrender. Izuku. 𝐻M looked down. Dustin looked down and saw Izuku had a knife directed at his stomach. Dustin. Well play. Izuku then did an upward slash, cutting part of Dustin's suit. Izuku then kicked him away, got up and took out his sword. Izuku then rushed at Dustin. Izuku began to release a barrage of attacks. Dustin could barely keep up. Dustin thought, this is getting fun. Izuku thought, it's been a while since I had this much fun. Izuku kept his barrage until he manages to trip Dustin over and put his sword near his neck. Izuku ready to surrender. Dustin, I'm not done, Winston. Yes, you are. They turn to Winston. Winston, I have enough data to determine what direction we should put Izuku on. Dustin, come on, Winston. Izuku puts away his sword and holds out his hand towards Dustin. He accepts it and gets up. Dustin, you may have won this time. But next time I'm winning, Izuku. I'll gladly accept your challenge. They shake on it and he leaves Hana. You were awesome, Izuku. Izuku, thanks, Winston. I have a clear view of your skill, Izuku. By tomorrow I'll sign you your position on the team, Izuku. I understand, Winston. For now go see Mercy at her office for some basic checkups. Hana showed him where that is. Hana, on it. Come on. Hana takes Izuku's hand and drags him. She dragged him down the hall while still having his Red Hood outfit on. Izuku, Hana, at least let me change first. Hana, come on, you look good in that. Izuku, I know, but others might not, considering who I am now. Hana, ignore them. They know you're working for Overwatch now. Izuku, thoughts still stubborn as ever. Hana dragged Izuku until they reached Mercy's office. A few agents were there and some got scared. Hana, hey Mercy. The door opened and out came a woman. Mercy, what is it? Hana, another sore hand from playing too much. Hana, no. Winston said to bring this guy so you could check up on him. Mercy, yes, he called ahead. Come in. Izuku and Hana walked in and closed the door behind them. Mercy, all right, take off that armor. Izuku takes off his jacket, then his armor, and then his shirt. Hana blushed from how buff Izuku is. His scars added to his charm. Mercy, my, you have a lot of scars. And they're deep. Izuku, yeah, it's the result of me overusing my quirk sometimes. Hana, wait, you have a quirk? But I thought you were quirkless. Izuku, I was. But apparently the doctor couldn't detect it because it was too powerful. Mercy, what is it exactly? Izuku, it's a stockpile quirk. The more I use it, the more powerful it gets. Over the years it grew powerful with me just living. It manifested while I taking the entrance exam at UA. Mercy, that's a dangerous quirk. I recommend you don't use it all the time. Izuku, I know. The previous nurse beat me for always hurting myself. Mercy, I think that's something I have due to myself to Lena. Anyway, let's get started. Mercy did normal checkups like his eyes, his muscles, his weight, etc. Mercy, well, besides the scars, everything looks to be fine. You are clear for service. Izuku, thanks. Mercy, Mercy, also I'm Angela Ziegler. Just call me by my first name. Everybody does. Izuku, I will. Thanks, Angela. Izuku got dressed up but didn't put his helmet on. Angela, come to me if you have any problems. Hana, we will. They leave the office. The agents see Izuku's face and saw he didn't look that old. They leave the medical area. Hana, now that you're free, what do you want to do? Izuku, I don't know. I never been in a military base before. Hana, didn't Cole showed you around? Izuku, he did, but I don't know what Overwatch allows an agent to do. Hana, Izuku, between missions or training, an agent can do anything they want in the base. Like, I play video games. My whole room is decorated with video game stuff. Izuku, also with bunnies. Knowing you. Hana, hey, nobody likes a smartass. And for that we're going to play games in my room. Izuku, can I at least change first? Hana, fine, but hurry up. Both head back to the dorm area. Izuku went into his room and changed into normal clothes before going over to Hana's room. He knocked. Hana, it's opened. Izuku opens it, and true to what he said earlier, it's full of bunnies. Izuku, knew it. Hana, oh, shut up. He sees Hana come out of another room in a shirt and shorts. Izuku, what did I say? Bunnies. Hana, don't judge me. Izuku, I'm not. I'm just pointing out that you haven't changed in all these years. Hana, when was the last time we sent each other? Izuku, since we were 10 if remember correctly. Hana, well, whatever. Let's play. They both sat down at her console and started to play No One's POV. A few weeks passed since Izuku joined Overwatch. The first week there was talk that Red Hood joined Overwatch. Somehow the media found out about this, so Overwatch had to make a statement. They announced that a new generation Red Hood joined Overwatch. Izuku also spoke in costume that he would follow Overwatch's rules but would not stop killing of those who deserve it. During Izuku's time at Overwatch was one of the best he had. He not only reconnected with Hana but has made friends. First is obviously Hannah, second Dustin along with his girlfriend Emma who's also an agent. Then it was Lucio who shared a love for music. He met other famous Overwatch agents like Tracer, Reinhardt, and Ana Mari. He does receive calls from his parents, mostly 𝐻𝐿𝐻𝐿, about how he's doing. He also learned that his friends still don't know he's gone. 𝐻𝐿𝐻𝐿 told him that 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐵 paid a visit to his former friends and not one mentioned Izuku. This would have made Izuku sad a few days ago, but now he's moved on to new friends who actually cared about and take time to out of their way to hang out. He also learned that Eri has been crying a lot for him. He wanted to go see Eri, but he can't now that he's Red Hood. Anyway, we see Izuku working out in the gym with a few other agents. Zarya, you don't hold back, little man, so calling me that, Zarya, until you get like me you're tiny. Izuku puts the big dumbbell back where it was and sat up. Izuku, breathe, I have no idea how you got that big, Zarya. It's impossible even if you are Russian, Zarya. Train hard, you would get this. She flex her muscles. Izuku, thanks but no. I'm good with my body. Anyway, I'm done for the day. I have plans to hang out with Hannah. Zarya, let's do this again. Izuku, you got it. He left the gym and went back to his room to shower. He got undressed and entered the shower. He let the water hit his skin. Izuku, satisfied, sigh. Nothing beats a nice shower after a workout. He took a nice long shower before getting out and toweling himself off. He changed into normal clothes and went over next door. Izuku, Hannah. He knocked on her door. Hannah, come in. He opened the door and saw her holding 5 large bags of Doritos. Izuku, Hannah, how many times do I have to tell you to stuff other than Doritos? Hannah, you can't make me. He pointed at him like a child. Izuku, sigh, why do I even try sometimes? Hannah, then stop trying. Izuku, yeah. So considering you have all those chips, I'm guessing we're playing again. Hannah, yup. Plus I'm also streaming. Izuku, fine. But next time we hung I'm choosing what we're doing. Hannah, understood, sir. She did a soldier salute. They both then sat on chairs in front of her computer. Hannah, you don't want to wear a mask in case your old friends see you. Izuku, nah. None of them had an interest in video games. Plus they're probably busy with hero work. Hannah, well, alright then. She starts her stream. Hannah, welcome to whatever number stream. Today we're playing Outlast, but today I have a special guest with me. She pulled Izuku into camera view. Hannah, this right here is a very old friend of mine from childhood. Introduce yourself. Izuku, hi everybody. I'm Izuku Midoriya. Hannah, he's a little shy, so just give him some time. Now before we begging screaming, I better answer the obvious questions. First, no, Izuku and I are not in a relationship. We just met up again at our job. Second, I known Izuku 10 years old, right? Izuku, yeah. At 10, Hannah had to move due to her father's work. Hannah, I was sad when I had to leave because Izuku was the only one who will always game with me besides my older brother. Anyway, let's start before get sidetracked. Hannah started the game. During the first part of the game, Hannah screamed a few times, which Izuku and the chat teased her. She can't handle scary stuff. When Izuku took his turn, he didn't get scared or screamed. Hannah tried multiple times to jump scare him, but every time Izuku didn't react it. Hannah, how are you not scared? Izuku, I've seen scarier stuff back in Japan. So this is, and your jump scares have no effect on me. Izuku continued to play the game, which the chat was surprised at how knowledgeable he is at this game. While Izuku was playing, Hannah monitored the chat. Hannah, somebody asked if you played Outlast 2 before. Izuku, no, I haven't. Hannah, then how are you this good? Izuku, my experience fighting villains over the last 3 years helped sharpen my skills. Hannah, Roker67 asked if you were a hero or vigilante. Izuku, I was a hero in training. I joined UA and graduated, but I never started my hero career since Overwatch recruited me. During my time at UA, I had fought a lot of dangerous villains and came close to death many times before. Hannah, that got dark. Izuku, it's the truth. Izuku continued playing until he finished the game. Hannah, well guys, as you can see, Izuku here is an expert at Outlast. Izuku, I just played the game. Hannah, yeah. Izuku, Hannah, don't tell me that you're butthurt. Hannah, I'm not. Anyway guys, I'll see you next stream. Peace. She did her peace sign and turned off the stream. Izuku, Hannah, be honest, you're jealous. Hannah, I'm not jealous. Izuku, Then why are you making the same face you did all this years ago when I beat you? Hana, you're hallucinating, Izuku, chuckles calms. Will Agents Reinhardt, 𝐶𝐮𝐬𝐬𝐷, Lucio, Bridget, 𝗀𝐿𝐿, and Red Hood report to Winston for a mission? Izuku, my first mission. Hana, this is exciting. I can't wait to see how you do. Let's get ready. Izuku left Hana's room to go change into his Red Hood outfit. After he changed, he left his room and saw Hana also left her room at the same time. They both headed over to Winston's office with the other agents are already there. Winston, good, everybody's here. Izuku, so what's the mission? Winston does something on his computer and a hologram of a building shows up. Winston, we just received some intel that 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫 is building a bomb. Reinhardt, again. Winston, yes. But this time it's going to release a gas that makes people hallucinate stuff. A video then pulls up and shows a man on the ground screaming, "Get away from me," over and over. Winston, we dubbed this fear toxin. If 𝐀𝐿𝐿 manages to set off this bomb in a populated area, then a lot of bad stuff will happen. 𝗀𝐿𝐿, 𝐀𝐿𝐿 just doesn't know when to quit. Bridget, so we have to go in there and disarm it. Winston, yes. And also destroy the blueprints for it. Apparently this bomb is just a prototype, but it's still deadly. Lucio, we'll get it done. Winston, good. Red Hood, Izuku, sir. Winston, this is your first mission. I wanted to start with something less dangerous, but we don't have time. Izuku, it's fine. I've been here for a few weeks, but I haven't proven myself useful. So this is the perfect chance for me to prove that I am worthy to be a part of Overwatch. The others smiled at his words. Winston, I'm glad you think like that. Now move out. They leave Winston's office and head to the hangar where their ship is waiting. They get on. They all strap in and the pilot started the airship. It then went off. Izuku, Hana, where's your mech? Hana, in the cargo hold. Having it in here is not a good idea. Way too hard to control. Izuku, wow, and I thought you were Mecha's best pilot. Hana, shut it you. She hit him playfully with Izuku chuckling. Bridget, you two get along really well. Izuku, it makes sense since Hana and I knew each other since we were kids. Bridget, I wish I had a friend like you that I knew from childhood. Reinhardt, even if you had a friend like Izuku from childhood, your father would never let you date them. The others laugh. Besides 𝗀𝐿𝐿, knowing Torbjorn would definitely not allow his daughter to date anybody. The rest of the ride was talk about strategy. It was decided for Izuku and 𝗀𝐿𝐿 to sneak in and take out as many 𝐀𝐿𝐿 soldiers as they can without making noise. The others will stay out until the Izuku and 𝗀𝐿𝐿 finish taking them all out or the alarm activated. Izuku was mentally preparing himself for what he is about to do. He never killed anybody and doesn't know if he has the will to pull the trigger. His mask prevented the others from seeing him being in deep thought with himself. The airship eventually arrived and landed in some ruins, which 𝐀𝐿𝐿 was most likely the culprit. They all got out with Hana now in her mech. Lucio, so where is their base? Reinhardt, we should be close. Izuku, be quiet. They all got confused. Izuku, hide quickly. I hear somebody coming this way. They all hide inside a ruined building. Two 𝐀𝐿𝐿 soldiers then appeared in their view. Soldier, what's a Overwatch ship here? Soldier, I'm calling it in. Izuku knew he can't allow them contact the others or they lose the element of surprise. He took out his guns who had silencers. Hana, whisper, what are you doing? Izuku didn't say anything and got closer to the 𝐀𝐿𝐿. Soldier, I can't contact command. Soldier, then let's head back quick. They must have know what we're doing. Izuku, too late. They turn around and saw Izuku. Soldier 1 and 2, Red Hood. He shot them in their knees, dropping their rifles and holding their legs in pain. Izuku walked up to them, couched to their height. Red Hood, tell me the location of your base. Soldier, never. Red Hood, do you want me to shoot your other leg? Soldier, just tell him, man. Soldier, we can't. The boss will dash. Red Hood, you better tell me before I decide to kill you. I don't like it when people waste my time. Soldier, it's over there by the edge of this town. Soldier, what did you do? Soldier, I have my family to think about. Red Hood, thank you. Soldier, you'll let me go, right? I told you where our base is. Red Hood, sure. But your friend here dies. He takes out his pistol and kills the other guy by shooting him in his head. Red Hood, here. He threw the guy a stack of money. Red Hood, take this and take care of you, our family. Soldier, Are you serious? Red Hood, go before I change my mind, soldier. Thank you. He takes the money and limps away holding his leg. The others then come out. Hana? Izuku, are you okay? Izuku, I'm fine, don't worry. Let's go. He walks ahead with the others following. Hana was worried for Izuku knowing this is his first kill. Izuku thought, how come I didn't feel anything when I killed him? Izuku at this would starts to shake and cry, but he doesn't. He doesn't feel anything to the life he just took away. They arrived at the edge of town and see the base hidden in trees. But it's at the bottom from where they are. They're in a mountain area. Bridget, how do we get down there? I can fly us down there, Hanzo. I'll be fine. I trained under these circumstances, Izuku. Me too. My suit can tank the fall, Reinhardt. I'll stay up here for a cool entrance, Lucio. You do that, big guy, Izuku. Let's go. Izuku and Hanzo jump off the mountain. Bridget and Lucio got on top of Hana's mech and flew down. Izuku and Hanzo landed on the roof behind a 𝐶𝐿 who heard their impact. He turned around and was met with swift kick by Hanzo, which knocked him out. Hana and the others arrived at the bottom. Lucio, weird, there's not that many guards here, Hanzo. Considering what they're doing here, I'm not surprised they wanted to stay away. Bridget, well, whatever, it's their reason. We still have a mission, Hana. How do we get in? Izuku, found one. Lucio, you did. Izuku, yeah. My mask has an AI built into which allows me to do various things. Like the bomb is on the first floor of this base. Hanzo, we still have the element of surprise. Izuku, right? There's a hatch unguarded on the side of the building. I can sneak through there to get inside. Bridget, then what about Hanzo? Izuku, I have a different idea. My mask shows that there's not many 𝐶𝐿 soldiers here who are armed. So what if suddenly they hear shots fired coming from the east. They head over and see Reinhardt fighting 𝐶𝐿 soldiers. Bridget, what is he doing? He said he's going to stay up there. Izuku, doesn't matter. You guys go help him. I'll go in and destroy the bomb. Hana, you can't do it alone. Izuku, trust me. I have to prove my worth, so let me do this. Hanzo, let him go. Hana, but Hanzo. He wants to prove himself, then let him do it. Izuku, I promise I'll be fine. Hana, I won't die yet. Hana, fine, but you owe me. Izuku, thank you. Izuku started to head towards the hatch. The others went to help Reinhardt fight off 𝐶𝐿 soldiers. Izuku got to the hatchet and ripped it off its hinges. He crawled in and got inside the building floor. What's happening out there? Apparently Overwatch soldiers are here. Then shouldn't we run? They'll hold them off until we finish this bomb. Plus, if we run away, you know Reaper will kill us. Red Hood crawled under the vents until he came up on a hatch. 2 soldiers were standing there talking. He jumped out and smashed the 2 guards' faces and shot them point blank. He looks around and sees he's in a lab. He goes over the computer and searches through it. Red Hood thought, let's see if it tells me about the bomb. He searched through the computer, finding stuff like shipments, weapons, and other stuff. He then came across the files that contained plans for the bomb. Red Hood, looks like the gas messes with the brain and melts it from the inside out. But where's the deactivation? He searched more until he came across something. Red Hood, what? Minute. Didn't find what you were looking for. Red Hood turned around and saw a shadow come out of the ground and form into human size. Red Hood, Reaper. I see Red Hood knows my name. Red Hood, I was told about you. They told me that I should run away, but that's just not my style. Reaper, like, I'll allow you to escape. Shotguns then form in his hands and pointed at Red Hood, then fired. Red Hood dodged his bullets and ran at him with his guns firing. Unfortunately, his shots went through Reaper. Red Hood got close and threw a punch which Reaper dodged, but Red Hood then jumped backwards, hitting Reaper on his chin. Red Hood, so you can be hurt. Reaper, you won't hit me again. Reaper transformed into mist. AMD moved around. Red Hood was on his guard, hoping his new weapon will work. Reaper got behind Red Hood and pointed his shotgun at the back of his head and fired. Red Hood managed to dodge by jumping over Reaper by his shoulders and kicking him. Reaper, how? Red Hood, you're not the only one with supernatural abilities. Red lighting bounce off him. Red Hood, thought one for all changes color when I wear my Red Hood suit. And my armor can withstand the intensity of it as well. Red Hood runs at Reaper much faster than Reaper could react. He appeared behind and put his hand on his back. Reaper, 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫. Red Hood shot lighting through his body with his glove. His new gadget was made to produce a 500 volts a second. Reaper became paralyzed temporarily. Red Hood, now that I got you trapped, why don't you tell me why you are building a bomb? Reaper, I see Overwatch has hired an idiot Red Hood. Red Hood, I guess you're right. I would kill you, but I read you're that can't die by normal means, Reaper. So what are you going to do then? Red Hood, like I'm going to tell you. Red Hood walked back to the computer and looked through the glass that was in front of him. Red Hood, but I have to admit, planting false information about the bomb being here is smart. Reaper suddenly could move again. He walked over to Red Hood and pointed his shotgun at the back of his head. Reaper, too bad you won't see the real bomb in person. Red Hood, I wouldn't be too sure about that. Slammed the door to the room, slammed open. Reinhardt, Reaper. Reaper, you got lucky. He sunk back to the ground and disappeared into the shadows. Hannah, Red Hood, are you okay? Red Hood, I'm fine, 𝐿𝐼𝐶𝐿. There's the bomb, Bridget. Now we just have to disable it. Red Hood, no we don't. 𝐻𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, what do you mean? Red Hood, this is a decoy. Everybody, what? Red Hood, I found files on this computer that this decoy, the real one, is being built somewhere else. Hannah, so this was for nothing. Red Hood, it's not a total loss. I found files of their weapons and facilities where they're storing them. Reinhardt, but wouldn't those be decoy as well? Red Hood, nope, not these. My mask AI checked them out and it seems legit. 𝐿𝐼𝐶𝐿, at least we have something. Bridget, then we better get out of here before more Talon soldiers show up. They leave the facility. When they got outside, Izuku noticed all the Talon soldiers that had been taken out. Izuku, you guys sure did work of them. 𝐻𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, they were no challenge. Reinhardt, I had fun mowing them down. Izuku, also Reinhardt, didn't you say you were going to stay up there in the mountain? Bridget, he fell over when he was trying to save a bird from falling. Izuku, I guess we all have flaws. Reinhardt called in the ship to pick them up and it showed up after a bit. They got on and went back to Gibraltar. Izuku sat down and took off his helmet with Hannah sitting next to him. Hannah, how are you feeling? Izuku, tired. Hannah, that's not what I meant. I mean, how are you after you took a life? Izuku, to be honest, I don't feel anything. I know I just feel something, but I don't. Everybody looked at Izuku. Izuku, I know they had a life too outside of Talon. But even then I feel nothing. He looked down. Izuku then felt hands on his chin and lifted his face to face Hannah. Hannah, I know you're scared. Izuku, I only fought Omnics before, so I don't know what taking a life feels like. I know you want to feel something, but you also have to understand that they were the evil ones. 𝐻𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, Hannah is right. 𝐻𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨 walked up. 𝐻𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨, taking a life is never easy. But we must do things we don't like to make this world a bit safer. You're a new Red Hood, so live up to the legend the previous Red Hoods did before you. Take their legend to your heart and make something out of yourself. Izuku, wow. Thanks 𝐻𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨. I needed that. 𝐻𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨, you are not the only one with BLD on your hands. Many in Overwatch have taken lives before. But we do it to make a better future. Izuku, I understand. 𝐿𝐼𝐶𝐿, wow. For once he didn't act like a prick. The group shared a laugh. Izuku felt a bit better after 𝐻𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨's speech. Izuku, thought my family have always wore the Red Hood name with pride. Ever since 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫. I need to be better for everyone. Talon will continue to harm innocent people if somebody doesn't step up. By myself I have a chance of beating them. But with Overwatch backing me up I know we'll win. The rest of ride was quiet. Hannah fell asleep on Izuku's shoulder, wish he didn't mind. After a couple of hours they arrived back at Gibraltar and the sun already has set. The others get out to go to sleep. Izuku carefully picks up Hannah and takes her to her room. He opened her door and went to her bed and laid. He tucked her in. Izuku, whisper good night Hannah. He kissed her forehead and left her room and went back to his room. He entered and closed the door with lock. He sat on his bed tired. He grabbed his helmet from his side and looked at it. Izuku, this has brought fear in villains. Even in some innocent people. But now Red Hood will be a beacon of hope. Red Hood of Overwatch, no one's POV. A few days have passed since Izuku's first mission. He is doing semi-well. The thought of taking a life still makes him want to throw up, but he knows he didn't have a choice. Even still had some nightmares about it. When Hana found out about this, she got worried. She tried to help him through it, but she failed. So today she's introducing him to somebody called 𝐻𝗫𝐽𝐻. Izuku, you sure this will work? Hana, of course. He's the go-to guy when you need help with something. He helped Genji accept his metal body when 𝗫𝗫𝐽𝐻 destroyed it. Izuku, why did 𝗫𝗫𝐽𝐻 try to kill Genji? Hana, don't know. Ask them. They arrived at the gardens. They see an Omnic floating with ball floating around him like a ring. Hana, hey 𝗫𝗫𝐽𝐻. The robot monk looks up and sees Hana and 𝗬𝗫𝗫𝐽𝐻. Ah Hana. It's nice to see you, Hana. Sane here. Hey, I need a favor, 𝗫𝗫𝐽𝐻. What is it? Hana, Izuku here has been having problems about the mission he just did. He needs help, 𝗫𝗫𝐽𝐻. I see. I'll be very happy to help, Izuku. Thank you, 𝗫𝗫𝐽𝐻. Just call me 𝗫𝗫𝐽𝐻. Enter is one for his wise and in true brace of the iris, Hana, whisper ignore that. Just sit down. Izuku and Hana sit down in front of 𝗫𝗫𝐽𝐻. So Izuku, what's to be the problem? Izuku, it's about what I did on the mission, 𝗫𝗫𝐽𝐻. Can you tell me what exactly? Izuku, it's my first kill, 𝗫𝗫𝐽𝐻. I see. You are feeling guilty, Izuku. I am. I know that they were bad men, but they still had lives and families. Everybody is somebody's son, daughter, whatever, and I took that away from my actions. Izuku looked down with Hana hugging his arm. 𝗫𝗫𝐽𝐻. I see. Izuku, tell me. What do you see around you? Izuku looks up and looks around. Izuku, I just see a normal garden, 𝗫𝗫𝐽𝐻. Right. It may be Blaine, but this garden was made by the people we save as agents. If they were killed, then they wouldn't have built this appealing garden, Izuku, but couldn't others have built it? 𝗫𝗫𝐽𝐻, yes. But it would have looked much more different. The ones we save are the ones who built the future. Human and Omnics look different and act differently, but we share the goal for a safe future for both. Good cannot exist without the bad. Balance must be kept in order for the world to go on, Izuku. But how does that help me? 𝗫𝗫𝐽𝐻, I just told you. You need balance. Right now you are conflicted with your actions on your mission. In order for you to understand what you did, you need balance. The good in you is outweighing the bad in you. Mediate with me and you'll understand why you did on that mission. 𝗫𝗫𝐽𝐻 floated next to Izuku and sat down with his ball now floating near his hand. 𝗫𝗫𝐽𝐻, close your eyes. Izuku did as he said. 𝗫𝗫𝐽𝐻, now look deep in yourself. Look for the reason why you did as you did. Izuku then started to focus on why he became a hero in the first place. Izuku thought, I wanted to be like All Might, to save others with a smile on my face. But I can't do that anymore now that I'm Red Hood. But I never did for the fame. I just wanted to save others who can't protect themselves. He then thought about who he cares about. Izuku thought my parents, Eri, my teachers, and at one point my friends at UA. But they ignored me. I don't care what they think, but I still want them to be safe. My friends now are those of Overwatch. Especially Hana. I don't want any harm to come to her. He then thought about what will happen if he doesn't do his job. Izuku thought people will die. Villains will run everything and nothing will be safe again. Many will be injured and will lose their homes. Kids won't have a good childhood. He then thought about what he needs to do. Izuku thought All Might said don't follow his path. I don't have to kill everybody I come across. Overwatch is not like 𝗏𝗏. We kill when we have to. Red Hood needs to kill in order to keep people safe. A path that the previous Red Hoods have walked on. Looks like you finally accepted who you are. Izuku opens his eyes and sees Izuku. Who are you? Really, you wear my outfit and you don't know me. Izuku, your outfit. Wait, Jason Todd. Jason, the one and only. Izuku, how am I talking to you? Jason, your quirk one for all allowed me to talk to you. I wanted to talk to you for a while, but you were conflicted about taking the name Red Hood. Izuku, yeah. I want to wear it proudly and I tried, but now I don't know. Jason, I know the feeling. I grew up with an alcohol addiction father and drag attitude mom. So I left and he's up on the streets. Stole tires to make a living. And I was DMN good at it. I was caught a couple times and could have killed them, but I never had the will to do it. Then I was caught again by Batman and taken. He trained me in everything I knew except killing. Then I went and got myself kidnapped by Joker and tortured. More months I endure his torture thinking Batman would save me. But he never did and I broke and submitted to Joker. Then he goes and dumps me away like I believe his lie that Batman did abandon me. I then knew I had to kill to survive and I did. Scarecrow took me in and trained me to kill. I wanted revenge on Batman so bad that it blinded me from seeing Joker's lie. I kill many to get my revenge. Eventually Batman stopped me and turned myself into what people call me today, Izuku. Wow. I never knew you went through that, Jason. Well, it was a long time ago, so I don't expect my story to be alive today. But what I'm trying to tell you is that you have to kill Izuku. But I don't know if I have the will to take lives away, Jason. You already did. Back on your mission you didn't think twice of killing that soldier or the ones after that. But because when you wear the mask you are not Izuku. You are Red Hood. Suddenly multiple Red Hoods appeared besides Jason with masks. But only one was not. Hisashi. Jason. Izuku, you come from a long line of heroes. Your grandfather was the previous Red Hood before your father, Izuku. What? Jason. When you were wearing the mask what were you feeling? Izuku. What I was feeling? Well, I felt nothing. Nobody knew who I was so I just did what Red Hood will do, Jason. Exactly. Jason then puts on his mask along with Hisashi Red Hood. While wearing this we are nobody. We are the fear that makes villains scared of going outside. Death is what we are. All the Red Hoods besides Jason disappeared. He walked up to Izuku. Red Hood, never forget your roots. You're a descendant of Jason Todd. Izuku, what? Red Hood, make him proud by living up to the Red Hood name and save lives. He then disappeared. Izuku, I'm a descendant of Jason, Hana, Izuku. Back in the real world Izuku opens his eyes and sees Hana is in front of him. Hana, finally. You were like a statue for the last hour, Izuku. Sorry Hana, 𝐻𝗏𝗧𝗟𝗏. Looks like your eyes have opened up. 𝐻𝗏𝗧𝗟𝗏 was now sitting in front of Izuku. 𝐻𝗏𝗧𝗟𝗏, tell me. What did you see? Izuku, see. Well, you won't believe it even if I tell you, 𝐻𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗏. We won't know until you say it, Izuku. Well, I met the first Red Hood, Hana. What? You met Jason Todd. 𝐻𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗏, I see. You managed to tap into the spirit world temporarily, Izuku, maybe. But anyway I talked with him about killing and he showed me how to deal with it. Hana, how? Izuku, that I should forget who I want when I wear the mask. That I should act and think like Red Hood, 𝐻𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗏. That's a good idea. This way whenever Red Hood kills it will be him and not Izuku. But a warning Izuku. Don't forget who you are. Red Hood and you are different people. Never forget why you fight, Izuku. I understand, 𝐻𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗏. Good. Come to me if you have any more questions, Izuku. I will. Both get up and 𝐻𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗏 watches them leave. 𝐻𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗏. Sigh young love. Their love will blossom soon. We cut to Izuku and Hana going back to their rooms. Hana. So how do you feel, Izuku? Izuku, better. Next time I'm on a mission I'll know what to do, Hana. Now, want to play games in my room again? Izuku, Hana, we've been doing that every day since I got here. Can we do something else? Hana, like what? Izuku, going out into the city. I forgot to say this last chapter. Gibraltar has a road that leads into the city. Hana, can we do something else besides going outside? Izuku, staying inside all the time is not good for you, Hana. Grunt, fine, we'll go. I need to pick up a new game anyway, Izuku. Alright then. Let's go change. They went into their rooms. They both changed into casual clothes and leave their rooms. Hana, you look good, Izuku. Thanks. Appealing. Hana, blush tea. Thanks. Thought, oh my god, he did not just say that. Izuku, thought, why did I say that? Hana, so do you drive or do I? I'll do it. Last time you almost caused us to crash. Hana, hey, that guy cut me off. Izuku, yeah, let's just go. He grabs her hand and drags her to the garage. Hana blushed from this action but she enjoyed it. Izuku led them until they reached the garage. Izuku, so where did you park your car? Hana, blush, same as I always fo. Also, can you let go of my hand? You're crushing it a little. Izuku looks down and immediately lets go with a blush. Izuku, blush sorry. Hana, blush it's fine. Just be gentle next time. They went over to Hana's personal car which was pink like her stuff usually is. Izuku got in the driver's seat and Hana got in the passenger seat. Hana, since you're driving I'm controlling the radio. Izuku, fine with me. Izuku starts the car and leaves the garage. He heads to the checkpoint and shows his ID to leave. The guard lets them. Hana connects her phone to the car and starts to play her K-pop playlist. Izuku, you never get tired of Blackpink, Hana. Nope. Especially because they have my favorite color in the name, Izuku. You and your obsession with pink, Hana. At least I don't have an obsession with green and red, Izuku. Hey, I was born with this. They continue the drive with the appealing ocean on both sides. They arrived at the town then minutes later. Izuku, so where to first? Hana, well I want to pick up my game before anything so stop by a GameStop. Izuku, why didn't you buy your game in the store? Hana, I prefer to have a physical copy. Izuku drives the GameStop. Hana usually goes to Hana. Wait for me here. She gets out the car and heads in. Really Hana? Again. Hana, yep. Another pickup. Izuku laughs at how every employee here knows Hana. Izuku gets out his phone to check if anything interesting happens. Izuku, looks like 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫 is moving up real fast in hero boards. Shoto is following behind. Even though Izuku's friends betrayed him, he still wants to know how they are doing. Suddenly a car pulls up with typical douchebags in douchebag attire pull up. Deech, hey guys look he's in a pink car. They laugh loudly and obnoxious. Deech too. He must have asked for another color or he just likes pink like a girl. They laugh again. Izuku, Deech 3, hey we're laughing at you. Why aren't you reacting? Izuku, Deech 4, are you deaf or something? Izuku, I'm surprised you know what that word means, he says while not looking up from his phone. Izuku, I didn't think your tiny brain could handle big words much less understand them. Deech 4, deaf is not a big word. Izuku, no but I would have thought you said deaf instead. Deech, you calling us dumb? Izuku, where is Hana? Deech 2, hey don't ignore us. Hana, see you next time. Hana comes out and heads to the car and gets in. The four douchebags recognized Hana. Deech 3, hey it's Deech. Izuku, whisper play along. They're being douchebags and insulting your car, Hana. Whisper got it. Izuku, so babe did you find what you were looking for? Hana, sure did honey. Now we play together while we cuddle. Izuku, great. We can probably do other fun stuff as well afterwards. Hana, blush I can't wait. The four douchebags in the car were in shock. Their dream girl is already taken by the guy they just insulted. Izuku, by the way it's not my car. It's hers. Izuku then drove off. Izuku, if only I had shades this would have been much cooler. Hana, look at you trying to be cool. Izuku, I try. Hana, so what were those guys saying? Izuku, they were making fun of me for driving a pink car and saying it's girly. Hana, yep the typical douchebag. Izuku, so where do you want to go next? Hana, wasn't your idea to go out? Why ask me? Izuku, because I also want you to have fun and not just drag you with me. Hana, well thank you. Izuku, let's go to the arcade that's nearby. Izuku, of course it's video game related. Hana, hey you ask where I want to go. Izuku, I know but I would have thought you wanted to go somewhere to eat. Suddenly her stomach growls. Hana, okay change of plans. FOD first then arcade. Izuku, alright. I know the place we could go to eat. Hana, McDonald's. Izuku, no Hana. You had McDonald's this morning. Hana then made a pouty face. Izuku, you can try to act cute all you want. It's not going to work. Izuku then drove to where they're going for lunch. Hana, so where are we going? Izuku, you'll see. Hana, would I enjoy it? Izuku, yes you would. Hana, you promise? Izuku, we are there before so of course. After that they arrived at KBBQ. Hana smiled in her seat like a child. Izuku, told you would like it. Hana, thanks. Izuku, she hugged him and kissed his cheek which surprised Izuku. Hana then realized what she did and backed away in embarrassment. Hana, blush sorry about that. Izuku, blush it's fine. Let's just go. Izuku parks the car and they get out and enter the restaurant. Are they ever going to realize they like each other? They're both young so probably not. Inside the restaurant, Izuku and Hana ordered their table, which they got real fast. The waitress asks for a picture from Hana since she's a fan. They both then took their seats and waited. They got some appetizers and some drinks while they waited for the meat. Hana, remember when you ate kimchi when you didn't know what it was? Izuku, oh shut up. I only had that reaction because you didn't tell me it was spicy, Hana. And it was funny. The waitress then started the grill and they cooked their meal, which you do at these restaurants, Hana. So when are you going for your next mission? Izuku, I don't know. Winston gave me a couple days to get used to, you know what, Hana. Yeah. But I hope we get a mission to Busan so I can show you where I moved to. And meet my parents again. Izuku, how are your parents? Hana, they're doing fine. My mom wants my dad to retire soon since he's getting old, but you know how he is, Izuku. Stubborn like somebody I know. What about your brother? Hana, I just got a call this morning that he's engaged now. Izuku, really? Never thought he would get married before you, Hana. Why do you think that? Izuku, because I know you, Hana. Screw you. They continue to talk about random things until they finish their meal. Izuku paid since Hana took the bill last time. They left the restaurant and got back into the car and drove. They headed to the arcade that was nearby that had game from years and years ago. They arrived and entered the arcade. Immediately Hana got recognized and so did Izuku. They got asked to do pictures and they did. Hana was used to it, but Izuku sure wasn't. After the many pictures they went over and got some tokens to play. Hana, what to play first? Izuku, what about a round Street Fighter 5? Hana, meh, alright. Izuku, not interested. Hana, it's just that it might be too easy for me to beat you. Izuku, are you sure about that? Who knows, I might beat the #1 queen of games. Hana, is that a challenge I hear? Izuku, what do you say, your majesty? Hana, alright, we'll see who's the better fighter. They head over the Street Fighter machine, which has all the Street Fighters until now. They both chose their characters and got to fighting. The match was close, but Hana beat Izuku, but only barely. Hana, you weren't able to beat me. Izuku, I got close, Hana. Only because I let you. Izuku, whatever you say, Hana. Anyway, let's look around for other games. They went around playing other games like Pac-Man, Dead or Alive, SWAT, DDR, and other games. Hana beat Izuku in almost all. Izuku managed to beat Hana in SWAT by a huge margin in points. He's been trained using guns all his life by Hisashi, so it makes sense he's a better shot than her. Next they went to the claw machines, which are notoriously rigged. Izuku, I hate these machines. Hana, me too, but the prizes are so appealing. They went around and saw many different plushies in the cabinets. Izuku, so which one do you want? Hana, I really want that one. She pointed to a Pachimari that had her whiskers and it was pink. Izuku, wanna try and get it? Hana, worth a try. She began to play the games, but she lost each time. She screamed things in Korean every time she lost. She came close to getting it, but it fell at the last second. Hana, I hate these things. Izuku, let me try. Hana stepped aside and let Izuku play. He inserted his token and played. Carefully got the claw above it and pressed the button to lower it. It gripped it and began to pull it up. Hana had her face up against the glass, hoping he gets it. The claws move over to the opening and drop it in. Hana, you got it. Izuku grabs the prize and holds it out. Izuku, here. Hana grabs it and snuggles it. Hana, smile, thank you so much. Izuku, Izuku, no problem. Hana, Hana, why don't you get yourself one? Izuku, I would, but that was my last token. Hana, you serious? Izuku, yeah. Hana, now I feel guilty. Izuku, smile, don't be. Just seeing you happy is enough for me. Hana blushed heavily. She didn't expect that answer coming from him. They left the arcade afterwards and headed back to the car. Izuku, we better head back before it's too late. Hana, yeah, I need to stream soon. Izuku starts the car and heads back. On the way they pass a park. Hana, wanna stop there for a bit? Izuku, sure. Izuku parks the car and they get out. A bench was in front of the car, so they took a seat. Izuku, so how did you enjoy today? Hana, yeah, I did. I hate going outside, but it's nice once in a while. Izuku, you're a gamer at heart. They both sit down in silence watching the sunset. Hana, So back in Japan, did Katsuki still try to bully you at UA? Izuku. He tried, but when I showed off my quirk he stopped. Kind of. He still gloated about how his quirk was the strongest and still does, but not as much. Eventually he saw me as a rival. Hana. Seems good before he started to ignore you, Izuku. Yeah. I'm surprised he started to ignore you, but I guess it will make sense. He had a relationship to think about. Hana sees Izuku look down. Izuku, the girl he's with. I used to have a crush on her. She was the first friend I made at UA. She even made my name Deku a good thing. And now she's with Kaken. Hana? Izuku, do you still like her? Izuku, not as much as used to this past few weeks. I guess it hurts because she reminds me of you. Hana? Hana? How? Izuku, well, she's bubbly, likes cute things, she likes pink, she's easy to talk to, funny, smart, and cute. That's how I describe you. Hana. Hana blushed again. Izuku, my other friends. I thought they had my back, but they never did. Shoto had an arranged marriage with Momo and didn't train as much. Ida focuses on Mei more than he did with classes. I miss those times where we just met. Hana. Do you want to go back? Izuku, some part of me does. But the other knows I'll just feel lonely and be in pain. No, I'm much happier at Overwatch than I ever was at you. Hana, do you mean it? Izuku, yeah. Being at Overwatch made me see the world differently. I grew stronger when I thought I couldn't. I made new friends who get me and don't judge my weirdness. And I won't leave because of you. Hana. Hana, what? Izuku, you stuck by my side even when I was told I was quirkless. You never left my side and believed in me that I could become a hero. You drove me more than All Might has. Hana now has tears welling up in her eyes. Izuku heard sniffling and saw Hana crying. Izuku, what's wrong? Hana. She hugged him. Hana, crying. You have no idea how much that means to me. I always thought you didn't believe my words back then. Izuku, I always trusted in what you said. Now I'm here at Overwatch becoming a hero. They sat there while Hana cried on Izuku's chest. After a bit she calmed down. Hana, sniff. Sorry you had to see my ugly face. Izuku, your face is not ugly. Hana, even if you're crying. Hana, blush. Thanks. They sat there for a bit before they decided to head back. On the way to the Overwatch, Hana saw the sun setting while thinking. Hana, thought my feelings for Izuku haven't changed since I was a little girl. He is still caring and he always makes me feel safe. I want to confess to him, but would he be okay with a crazy gamer girl like me? Izuku, thought Hana hasn't changed since we were kids. She is still fun to be around. And my feelings for her haven't changed since I was a little kid. I can share anything with her and she won't judge me. I want to confess to her, but will she be okay with a hero-obsessed nerd like me? That question plagued their minds. They made it back when the sun disappeared. Izuku parked the car and got out and they both headed back to their rooms. Izuku, thanks for hearing me out at the park. Hana. Hana, no problem. I'm always here if you need anything. Izuku, I'll remember that. They arrived at their rooms. Izuku, I'll see you tomorrow at noon when you wake up. He was about to enter his room but he felt a tug at his sweater. Hana, blush. Hey, why don't you sleep with me in my room tonight? Izuku, blush. You sure? Hana, blush. Why? It will be like since we were kids. Izuku, blush. Alright. I'll be right over. He entered his room and Hana quickly went to her room to change. Izuku changed into shorts without a shirt since that's how he usually sleeps. He heads over to Hana's room, knocks. Hana, come in. Izuku. He opens the door and enters. Hana, so ready to sleep. She wore pink pajama briefs with her bunny logo and pink shirt with th in the middle. Izuku, blush. You look appealing. Hana. Hana, blush. Thanks. And you look manly. Izuku, blush. Thanks. They both stood just staring at each other before releasing. They have to go to sleep. Izuku, blush. Better go to sleep. Hana, blush. Why? Good idea. They head to her bedroom, which looks like it could barely fit both of them. Izuku, blush. I could sleep on your couch. Hana, blush. No, it's okay. I don't mind sleeping in the same bed. Izuku, blush. If you're sure. They both laid in bed and covered themselves with the blanket. Both just stared at each other in the eyes. Hana, blush. Well, good night. Izuku, blush. Good night. Hana. They both closed their eyes and went to sleep. During the night their bodies move with Hana hugging Izuku with her head buried in his chest while Izuku hugged her. Both were having pleasant dreams about each other. No one's POV. Let's check back in Japan and see how the former friends of Izuku are doing. Currently they are working as heroes like they train and study for. 2 months have passed since they graduated UA and they haven't once noticed or mentioned Izuku. Until today. Today the new heroes are meeting up for a day off together since it's been a while since they seen each other. They agree to meet up at the restaurant they frequent when they went to UA. Mina, now everyone is here finally. They sat a really big table that had one spot opened for one more person. Some wonder why there's an empty space but ignored it soon after. Toru, when was the last time we all hung out together? Sato, makes sense since all of us have been busy with hero work, Shoto. And the amount of calls I get a night, Ochiko. Katsuki is the same. He gets many calls during the middle of the night, Katsuki. It's so annoying, Momo. Well, this is much easier than the villain we fought while attending 𝐶𝐮𝐬𝐬. I'm still surprised Shigaraki managed to get away at the last second, Tokoyami. We never expected to have a second Kurogyari hiding, Ochiko. Well, Katsuki here can take him down again. Katsuki, what are you talking about? I never fought Shigaraki before, Denki. Of course you did. You fight him at their base in our first year, Katsuki. That was all might a mess. And it wasn't Shigaraki either, Kyuka. Since our first year you're always stupid, Denki. Come on Kyuka, Zero. Then who fought Shigaraki? Shoto. It wasn't me, Kirishima. Me. Neither. They wonder who fought Shigaraki and beat him. They all thought about who it could be but nobody came to mind. They decided to eat first before they think about it more. Their food came. Waiter, I hope you enjoy your food, Mina. Thank you. They started to eat. Waiter. Excuse me, but are you missing someone? There's an empty seat, Ida. No. Nobody from our group is missing. Waiter. Really? Because I remember there were 20 of you but I count 19-inch Katsuki. Just let us eat, alright? He gave a glare which scares the waiter and left Ochiko. Katsuki, that was not nice, Katsuki. He was annoying. Ochiko got upset. These past few weeks her relationship with Katsuki has been rocky. They've been fighting a lot. They resumed their food while talking about random stuff. They finished eventually and the bill came. Momo decided to pay it, which the other tried to split it but she insisted. Ida, well, today was fun but I have to get back and see May. She built something for my brother to walk again. See you. That's fantastic. They started to leave the restaurant but something caught their ear, so he's not with them. Waiter, no. I tried asking where he was but the blonde scared me off. Yeah, Izuku always said a blonde guy always scared those around him. Everybody, thought Izuku. They just remembered the one person they've been missing. It will explain why they can't remember who fought Shigaraki and why there was an empty seat at their table. I'll call his mother later and see where he is. He was such a nice kid. Waiter, I remember. He always left calmly and tipped well. The group left the restaurant, were now in disbelief. Denki, have any of you guys talked to Izuku recently? Shoto, I haven't heard from him in a while. Toru, you think he moved? Tsuyu, maybe. He always followed All Might's example, so he probably moved to America. Ochiko, but if he did then he would have told us. We're his friends. Momo, let's go to UA. If he really did go to America he would have told Principal Nizu. They agree and decide to go to UA. On the way they got recognized by the people giving cheers for saving them. They waved back but Katsuki. They made to UA and enter. What are all of you doing here? They turned to see their old teacher Miss Midnight. She's alive in this. Ida. We're here to see Principal Nizu to talk about something. Midnight? Well, go ahead. It's nice seeing all of you again. They head to the main office. They knocked. Nizu, come in. They open the door and see Nizu, Aizawa, Emi, and Eri, who is sitting on Aizawa's lap with a sad face. Nizu, this is a surprise. What are all of you doing here? Ochiko, sir, we came to ask something. Nizu, and that is? Ochiko, did Deku move to America? The room got quiet. Ida, sir. Nizu, so you finally noticed? They got confused. Nizu, after 2 months you noticed. I hoped you noticed sooner, but I guess I was wrong for once. Denki, I don't understand. Noticed what? Aizawa, Izuku has been gone since you graduated 2 months ago. Everybody, what? Eri sniffed and laid her head on Aizawa's chest. You, what's wrong with Eri? Aizawa, It's not your problem, they were surprised. Aizawa snapped back at them. Emmy, it's all right Eri, she rubbed her head in comfort. Achiko walked up to them. Achiko, Eri, she reached her hand to pat her but Eri smacked her hand away. Eri, don't touch me meanie. Everybody was surprised at this. Achiko, Eri. Eri, it's your fault Deku's gone. Mina, why did Eri do that? Aizawa, because you hates you that's why. Shuji, why? We haven't done anything. Aizawa, yes you have. Izuku's parents have told that you have been ignoring him since the beginning of your 3rd year. Their eyes widen. Aizawa. They told us that you would ignore him anytime he would ask to hang out or talk. For the past year he's been ignored by you. Do you know what creates that in a person? He did everything for you. He faced Shigaraki alone and yet you shunned him away because you were busy with your relationship. They looked down. Aizawa. But you know what broke him more? That he saw Achiko with Katsuki here. Achiko, what? Aizawa, he has a crush on you but you gotten with Katsuki. That hurt him more. Achiko was in shock. He was in love with her but she broke his heart and got with his childhood bully. She had feelings for him for a while but thought he would never like her back since he was so focused on his hero career. Momo, where is he right now? Nizu, we're not telling you Mina, but we're his friends. We have a right to know. Nizu, not anymore. You all ignored somebody who did everything for you and never asked for anything but your friendship in return. But all of you ignored him. All Might admired Izuku the most because he had the heroic spirit he admires. Which is why that gotten him recruited to Overwatch. Everybody, what? Overwatch. Nizu, the same day of your graduation he was found by an Overwatch agent and recruited. He left the next day. Achiko, please sir, she was now crying. Achiko, crying please tell us where he is. Nizu, I can't even if I wanted to. Overwatch sends agents all across the globe. He could be here in Japan or even across the world. Hell, even the moon. So no, I can't and won't tell you. Now if that's everything, please leave my office. I have paperwork to deal with. They started to leave feeling ashamed of themselves. Nizu, and one more thing. Izuku said he wanted you guys to forget him. So if you were his friends then you better abide by that. That's surprise then as well. Izuku, what's to be forgotten as well? They leave Nizu's office and close the door. All of them felt a lot of guilt and shame. They ignored their friend who would do anything for them just because they wanted to focus on their relationship. Achiko felt even more guilt. She ignored Izuku for Katsuki even though she knows that Katsuki used to bully Izuku a lot as kids. Momo, let's go see his parents. They might be able to tell us where he is. Sato, what's the point? They'll hate us for ignoring Izuku. Momo, we can try to convince them to tell us. Kyuka, I doubt it will work. Achiko, let's try it. It will be worth a shot. They reluctantly agree. They headed to the Midoriya residence. On the way, flashes of what they did with Izuku or what he has done for them flashed in their mind. Memories of times they had fun and hung out. Why did they think of ignoring him the first place? Achiko had many memories of her and Izuku having fun together. Why did she get with Katsuki in the first place? Some were also happy for Izuku for joining Overwatch. They heard Overwatch was even harder to apply for. Eventually they arrived at the Midoriya residence, which was a 2-story house. They went up and Achiko knocked on the door. After a bit it opened. Katsuki, what the hell are you doing here, hag? Mitsuki, what did you say, brat? She hit Katsuki over the head. Mitsuki, I'm your mother, you ungrateful butt. Yup, she's Katsuki's mother, alright Mitsuki. So what are you doing here? Katsuki, I should be asking you that. Why are you at the nerd's house? Mitsuki, his name is Izuku. Inko invited me and your dad over for dinner. Achiko, listen, there's something we want talk with his parents. Mitsuki, come in. Then they enter the house and head to the living room. They see Masaru sitting on a chair with Hisashi on a couch next to Inko. Hisashi, Katsuki, Uncle, Hisashi, you are not allowed to call me that anymore. This caught Katsuki by surprise. Inko, what are you all doing here? Achiko, Ms. Midoriya, we want to talk about something. Inko, since you're here I can guess what's this about. Achiko, please tell us where. Inko, I'm not telling you anything. This caught all of them by surprise. Especially Achiko. Inko, I won't tell you where Izuku is, Mina. Ms. Midoriya, please tell us where he is. 𝐻𝐿𝐻𝐿. No. You had your chance but you all blew it. You ignored my son, Denki. It was an accident, Hisashi. How is ignoring Izuku an accident? Denki, 𝐻𝐿𝐻𝐿. Izuku did a lot for you and what do? You shunned him like an outcast. As a mother I was shocked and sad, Ochako. Ms. Midoriya, please, we want to make it right, Hisashi. How? How can you fix something that can't be repaired? Because doing what Izuku wanted to do is not the right way to go, Masaru. Why did you ignore Izuku in the first place is my question, Mitsuki. I'm surprised the brat ignored him, Shoto. We were busy, 𝐻𝐿𝐻𝐿. Busy with what? I know keeping a relationship is a lot of work and hero work is a nightmare. But All Might always told Izuku that a true friend would always make time for their friends, Hisashi. Izuku trained a lot but he always made sure to make time for his friends. And you never once did for him. They all looked down, 𝐻𝐿𝐻𝐿. Also Ochako. Izuku was in love with you. He was going to confess to you but you gotten with Katsuki. Tears started to fall from Ochako. 𝐻𝐿𝐻𝐿. How can you date the guy that told my son to kill himself? Everybody was now in shock. Including Mitsuki and Masaru. Ochako, what? Hisashi, so you don't know, huh, Ochako? Katsuki, is this true? Katsuki, of course not. I hate him but Hisashi. Katsuki told Izuku to jump off a building and hope he's born with a quirk in the next life. I overheard him say it and Izuku told us. Katsuki was now sweating. Mitsuki, Katsuki. What's the meaning of this? You told Izuku to kill himself. Katsuki, I didn't. Mitsuki, then why are they telling us that you told Izuku to kill himself? Katsuki, they're lying. Slap. Ochako slapped Katsuki with tears in her eyes. Ochako, crying, you told Izuku to kill himself. Katsuki, babe look. Ochako, crying, don't call me that anymore. We're done, Katsuki. Katsuki, no look. Ochako, crying, because of you Izuku is gone. Katsuki, you ignored him too. Ochako, crying, because you always took me away from him. You wanted to be together all the time. You pushed me away from Izuku just because I was friends with him. Katsuki, the only reason I dated you was because I thought you were hot and it hurt that demon nerd. Gasp were heard. Katsuki realized what he just said. Katsuki, wait, I didn't. Ochako, crying, I hate you Katsuki. She ran out of the house with the girls running after her. Hisashi, Katsuki, you are not longer welcome in our home. Mitsuki, what made you into this? Katsuki started to shake in anger. Katsuki, demon you. Katsuki suddenly rushed at 𝐻𝐿𝐻𝐿 and Hisashi with his plan lighting up. Boys. Katsuki. Suddenly he was taken down by Hisashi. Hisashi kept his legs locked and pointed his gun at his head. This surprised everyone but 𝐻𝐻𝐿 since she knows his secret. Hisashi, Katsuki. Now you really have gotten yourself in trouble. And you won't be able to talk yourself out of this 1-inch, Katsuki. Nobody would believe you. I'm a hero in the high rankings already. They will believe me before you, Hisashi. Notice that security camera. He pointed at the camera in the corner that has been recording everything. Katsuki's eyes widen. Hisashi, your actions have been recorded. So they'll believe me now. Katsuki was in shocked and worried now. His hero career is over now. Hisashi restrained Katsuki and kicked him out of the house. 𝐻𝐻𝐿𝐻, all of you should leave as well. None of you are welcome here either. The boys looked down in sadness. They leave the house with guilt now. What are you doing here? They turned to see Aizawa with Emi and Eri. I'm between them. Kirishima, what are you doing here? Aizawa-sensei. Aizawa, I'm the one asking the questions. So I'll ask again. What are you doing here? Shoto, we ask Izuku's parents where he is. Aizawa, I thought so. Emi, where are the girls? Denki, they ran after Ochako when Katsuki yelled that he only dated her so he could hurt Izuku. Aizawa, I'm not surprised. And where is he now? Ida, Mr. Midoriya kicked him out after he tried to attack them. Aizawa, what? Shoto, they also have recoding which he's going to give the Hero Association. Aizawa, I'll deal with the later. Go home. You done enough today here. The boy leave Emi. Katsuki won't do anything stupid again. Aizawa, Knowing him I don't have much hope, they went up to the door and knocked. After a bit it opened. Hisashi, hey Aizawa, Emi, Eri, Aizawa. So is it true he attacked you? Hisashi, yeah he did, Aizawa. Let's talk more about this inside. They enter the home and headed to the kitchen. Mitsuki, good, I thought you were my idiot son again, Aizawa. He would have blasted the door open. Inko, Eri. Inko crouched down and hugged the girl. Inko, how are you doing, sweetheart? Eri, not good. I miss Deku. Inko, I know. Emi, how are you feeling? Inko, I'm doing fine. I mean, I'm about to have another kid, but I know I'll do fine. What about you two? Emi, this guy still refuses to get in bed with me, Aizawa. And for a good reason. Eri, Inko, can I see pictures of Deku? Inko, actually Eri, I have something else in mind. Do you want to talk to Izuku? Eri, I can talk to him. Inko, yes. He called me saying he has a surprise for you. Eri, I want to see. They giggled at her enthusiasm. Inko grabbed Eri's hand and took her to the living room with the others following. They sat on the couch. Hisashi, computer. 𝐀𝐮𝐬𝐵 Red Hood. Aizawa, Emi, Mitsuki and Masaru know that Izuku is the new Red Hood and know that Hisashi was the previous one. Also, I aged down Eri to 6, so she was found when she was 3 years old. The TV light up with a red bat. It rang a bit before it showed Izuku in his room on a computer. Eri, Deku. Izuku, hey Eri, Deku. Tears began to fall. Izuku, Eri, don't cry. Emi, crying, I miss you. Izuku, I miss you too. Eri, crying, why did you leave? Izuku, I'm sorry Eri. But I couldn't stay in Japan anymore. Eri, crying, why didn't you take me with you? Izuku, I wish I could've but I can't. You belong in Japan. Eri, crying, but I want to be with you. Izuku, me too. Eri, me too. Aizawa, problem child, why don't you visit every now and then? Izuku, I can't. Overwatch may be more relaxed than other militaries, but we can't take a vacation when we want. And I just started not long ago. I'll try asking for missions on Japan, but I can't promise anything. Anyway Eri, I can't be with you right now, so I made you something. Eri, sniff, what is it? Izuku, remember how I used to sing to you when you had trouble sleeping? Well, I made a song about you so it will feel like I'm always near you. Want to hear it? Eri, yes. Izuku, okay. Izuku presses a button to the side and music started to play. Wake me up before you go. Ooh, I need a little more, just a little more. A little more of your love. Wake me up before you go. Ooh, I need a little more, just a little more. A little more of your love. Oh, I need a jump start. When you call me I'm running. Tia, gimme a head start. Thank God gonna have me like hallelujah even though I'm a man. Girl, you making me feel like a baby. Ooh girl, will you lay in your arms? I'll take advantage of the moment. Girl, the way you make me smile is the definition of a real lady. So before I go to work, can I ask you for a favor? Wake me up before you go. Ooh, I need a little more, just a little more. A little more of your love. Wake me up before you go. Ooh, I need a little more, just a little more. A little more of your love. 'Cause your love, your love, your love. Wake me up with some more of your love. 'Cause your love, your love, your love. Wake me up with some more of your love. Oh, I need a back talk. Girl, I'm your daddy, no sass talk. Oh baby girl, you inspire me. Give me the reason to keep on my baby, my royalty. Girl, you're the lyrics to my song. Girl, you got this heart lock on me. I don't think I can control it. I hold on with all my might while you look at me in my eyes like a vitamin. You put back my energy and making me stronger. Bring out the best of me. So before I go to work, can I ask you a favor? Wake me up before you go. Ooh, I need a little more, just a little more. A little more of your love. Wake me up before you go. Ooh, I need a little more, just a little more. A little more of your love. 'Cause your love, your love, your love. Wake me up with some more of your love. 'Cause your love, your love, your love. Wake me up with some more of your love. Izuku, so, did you like Eri? Eri, I loved it. Izuku, I knew you would. Eri, can you sing this before I go to sleep every night? Izuku, sorry Eri, but I can't. I might be on a mission when you go to sleep. Eri, looks down. Oh. Izuku, but I'll send Aizawa-sensei the song so you can hear it anytime you want. Eri, okay. Izuku, now I have to go, but I will call you every day. I promise. Eri, oh. I love you. Izuku, I love you too. Eri. The call then ended. Emi, so Eri, I'm good. He's going to call me every day so I can hear his voice, Mitsuki. Who knew Izuku could sing like that, Hisashi? He did say he was hanging out with Lucio often. Masaru. He a talented singer, Inko. He would. Anyway, let's make dinner. Inko, Mitsuki, and Emi went into the kitchen to make dinner while Hisashi and Masaru talked about random stuff and Aizawa was showing Eri the song Izuku already sent to his phone. She enjoyed it. No one's POV. 2 months have passed since Izuku joined Overwatch. So far he's doing well now. He made more new friends with other agents, got comfortable in his red hood outfit and got stronger. Also his relationship with Hana has increased more. Every time they see each other a blush appears on their faces. But as much as the day they woke up in the same bed. The morning they woke after hanging out, their faces were extremely red to the point it was redder than BLD. They woke up in each other's arms with Hana's head in Izuku's chest. Both separated in embarrassment and fell of the bed hitting their heads. After awkwardly saying good morning they headed to the mess hall for breakfast. Hana's friends were surprised that she showed up in the morning since she's usually there by noon from playing all night. They asked and said Izuku woke her up. They noticed the tension between the two and quickly figured it out. The whole day the two couldn't BLD at each other out of embarrassment. Now we see Izuku sitting on his couch watching TV in deep thought. Izuku thought leaving a letter was so cowardly of me. I know I wrote I still care about her, she might be thinking otherwise. Only a coward would leave a letter. He was feeling guilty for just leaving Eri a letter on why he's leaving. He should have gotten her something else to remember him. Knock knock. Izuku, it's open. The door opened and Hana and Lucio walked in. Hana, Izuku, what are you still doing inside? Lucio, yeah man. We usually play hockey by now. Izuku, sorry you too. Just thinking about something. Hana, what is it? Izuku, remember when I told you I left a letter for a girl Eri? I felt like I should have left something else. Lucio, you were leaving the day after Cole found you. So you didn't have time to get something. Izuku, maybe, but I still feel like I should have left something else. They went over and sat next to him. Hana, then why don't you get her something now and give to it her? Izuku, it doesn't feel right to just buy any old thing she likes as an apology. I want something that will mean something to her from me. Lucio, how about you make song for her? Hana, yeah. You could write a song for her about how you feel. Izuku, but I don't know how to write a song. Lucio, I could teach you. I make my own music so I can't help you write one and make the beat for it. Izuku, you would do that. Lucio, hey, what are friends for? Izuku, alright then. I'll do it. Lucio, I'll go get my set. He left the room. Hana, so do you have any idea on what to write? Izuku, I have an idea. Back at UA I always thought that Eri viewed me as a big brother, but one time I heard he talking with one of my teachers. She sees Mai as her daddy. Hana, thought I wonder if she will call me mommy. What am I thinking? Izuku, so I guess a song of how I feel about her. Hana, blush, do you mind if I help? Izuku, of course not. I'll need all the help I can get. Lucio eventually comes back with his mobile DJ set. Lucio, okay, so the first thing you need for a song are lyrics. So what type of song do you want this to be? Izuku, well, I want it to be how I care about her. Lucio, great. Now you need to think about the lyrics on how it will fit. And to help with that, let's start off with a beat. Lucio starts to play a random beat. Izuku, no, I want one that's a bit slower. Lucio, alright then. He plays a slower beat until Izuku hears something he likes. Izuku, that one. I want that for the beginning. Lucio, good. Now let's start on the lyrics that will fit the beat. The three start with random lyrics until they found something that fits and Izuku likes. They work more on the song with different beats that Lucio make while Izuku and Hana make the lyrics. They worked on the lyrics until they got hungry and it was 3 already and haven't eaten anything. They leave Izuku's room and head to the mess hall. They grabbed their favorite food and sat down. Lucio, we made good progress. Hana, yeah. I thought making a song would take longer and be harder. Izuku, I know. But I still feel like it's missing something. Lucio, that's what usually happens. We'll be able to figure it out later. Hana, Izuku, I never asked. How did you find Eri? Izuku's face suddenly got serious. Izuku, guess I never finished explaining. At the time I was interning at 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐽𝐻's agency. He was investigating Overhaul for a while and finally decided to go on a raid when Mirio, a friend of mine, and I encountered her. She had bandages all over her arms and legs from where Overhaul took samples. She didn't want to let me go, but I had no choice since I was still an intern. Later on we raided Overhaul's base and I fought Overhaul. I managed to win, but at a huge cost. 𝐻𝐿 lost his life and Mirio had his quirk taken away. It returned a year later, thankfully. And ever since the raid I felt guilty that I couldn't help her out the first time I saw her. So I always do what I can to make it up to her, Hannah. Wow. I expect that, Lucio. Yeah. How did 𝐻𝐿 died, if you don't mind me asking? Izuku, he died from being punctured by Overhaul with his quirk. Overhaul's quirk allows him to disassemble anything he touches or reassembles them. This how he extracted Eri's BLD. He disassembled her God knows how many times and rebuilt her for more of her BLD. But I swear the next time I see him, Red Hood will be the least of his worries. He heard sniffling and turned to see Hannah crying. Hannah crying? I never thought Eri went through that, Lucio. Man, that's some heavy stuff. Izuku, luckily for Eri, Overhaul can't use his quirk anymore. His arms were taken away by another villain called Shigaraki. Hannah, sniff, at least that's something. Izuku, yeah, but I would still be worried. Overhaul is not to give up easy. I know he will come back, and he does. Red Hood will be waiting for him. Lucio, I see now why you felt guilty for just leaving a letter. Izuku, yeah. It reminded me to that time where I was too weak to save her. Hannah, well then we have work hard for this new song for her. Izuku, yeah. They started to eat their lunch. They talked more about the song and what it should have and came up with a couple of ideas. They finished their food and out the trays back. Hannah, let's get back to writing that song. Suddenly the comm came on. Will Izuku Midoriya report to Winston's office? Again, will Izuku Midoriya report to Winston's office? Izuku, I'll meet you two back at my room. Lucio, you got it. They separated and Izuku headed to Winston's office. He entered and saw him working on something. Izuku, you called me Winston? Winston? Ah, Izuku. You're here. He turned around. Izuku, so what did you need of me? Winston, I'm here to tell you that you are getting a mission, Izuku, today. Winston, no. This mission is a diplomatic, so no combat if you're lucky. You will be going to Busan, South Korea. Izuku, for what? Winston, news of Red Hood joining Overwatch made headlines all over the world. Red Hood has been all around the world by now. Mecha has requested to see the abilities of Red Hood and test them with their mechs. Izuku, the same one Hannah was a part of. Winston, yes. It will be wise of you to take Hannah with you on this mission. Izuku, very well. When do we leave? Winston, in a couple days. Mecha is doing repairs on their mechs after the recent battle they had with some Omnix form null sector. Izuku, or it's that all? Winston, that is all. Izuku then leaves Winston's office and heads back to his room. He enters his room and sees Hannah and Lucio sitting waiting for him. Hannah, so what did Winston need? Izuku, he gave me a mission. Lucio, so you're leaving? Izuku, no, not for a couple days. He just gave me a heads up. Hannah, what kind of mission is it? Izuku, a diplomatic mission in Busan, South Korea. Hannah, gasp, you're going to my home country. Izuku, yeah. And Winston told me I could take you with me. Hannah, yes. I wanted to visit Busan for a while now. Izuku, well, we're also meeting up with Mecha. They want to test me with their mechs. Hannah, do I get to participate too? Izuku, I don't know, but it will be fine. I can finally get back on action. Lucio, then we better finish this song fast. They resumed their work on the song for Eri. Throughout the day they tried to come up with more lyrics, but they got stuck. Eventually they decided to stop for the day. They went to dinner and went to bed for the next day. The next day they did their morning routine. Izuku and Lucio were surprised that Hannah woke up early. She's usually up all night playing games. Lucio, okay, let's try something different today. Yesterday we just wrote lyrics about what think about Eri. How about what she does to you? Izuku, well, just seeing her makes me want to work harder. Lucio, then let's focus on that. They worked on the lyrics. For the next 2 days they tried to come up with more lyrics but didn't have any luck. Right now Izuku, Hannah, and Lucio are taking a break and doing their own thing. Izuku headed to the gym to work out a bit. While working out he kept thinking, what can he write as lyrics? Izuku, thought I knew writing a song would be hard, but this is something else. I need to make something that will make Eri feel happy and know that I still care about her even when I'm not there. He thought about different lyrics of what he could write, but still he came up blank. He eventually finished his workout and started to head back. He looked down thinking he might let Eri down. Why the long face? Izuku looked up and saw Anna Amari. Izuku, Anna, what's wrong? Something bothering you? Izuku, it's nothing, Anna, don't try that with me. I'm not that foolish, Izuku. Well, it's just that I'm trying to write a song for Eri, Anna, the little girl you told us you saved. Izuku, yeah. I feel guilty for just leaving a letter and not telling her in person. It was cowardly of me of leaving without saying anything to her directly, Anna. I see. So you want to make this song so you could tell her that you still care about her, Izuku, yeah. But I'm stuck. I worked with Hana and Lucio, but we can't come up with anything, Anna. Come with me, Izuku, huh? Anna starts to walk away with Izuku following behind her. They walked out of the base and headed to the edge of the cliff overlooking the ocean. Anna, so tell me what kind of progress you have made. Izuku, well, we wrote some lyrics and decided on some of them. We're almost halfway done. Anna, what kind of song do you want it to be? Izuku, like you said, something to tell her that I care about her still and love her. Anna, do you see her as your daughter? Izuku, sometimes. I do, Anna. Then start thinking like a father would. Picture her as your child. Say what you want to say to her, Izuku, but what do I say? Anna, that depends on you. I was never there for Fariha. I left without saying a word as well. I just couldn't face her. She used to despise me at some point and she had every right so. I never told her how much I love her after my eye was taken. Anna then looked at Izuku. Anna, for your song, just write what you want to say to her as your daughter and she will understand. Anna then walked away. Izuku stood there thinking on Anna's words. Izuku, think of her as my daughter, that thought stood in his mind. He would often think himself of Eri's dad. He knew that was not right, but he couldn't help it. Eri always stuck with Izuku and he wasn't complaining. After a bit of self-reflection, he finally knew what to do. He went back to his room and took a quick shower and then started to write lyrics. With the thought of Eri being his daughter gave Izuku ideas on what to write. He wanted to call Hana and Lucio over, but the lyrics needed to be written by him alone. This was his song to her. After a couple of hours he finished the lyrics. Izuku, I know she's going to like it. He got up and left his room. It was dinner time, so they should be in the canteen right now. He headed there and saw Hana and Lucio eating. Izuku, hey guys, he walked up to the table. Hana, where were you? You weren't at the training simulation today. Izuku, sorry about that. I was busy finishing up the lyrics. Lucio, without us man. Izuku, sorry about you too. But this song was me to her, so I needed to write it myself. Hana, it's alright. Lucio, yeah. I'll work on the beat afterwards. Izuku went over to grab his food and ate with both the friends. Afterwards they head to Lucio's room to finish the beat. Next day it's the next day. Today Izuku is going to show the song he wrote to Eri and going to Busan. He packed his bag since he's going to be there for a week. He called his parents to invite Eri so he could show her the song he wrote. He is sitting at his new PC that Hana got him so they could say on their own. He often plays with her on her streams. Computer, incoming call. Izuku, answer. His screen then showed his parents, Aizawa, Emi, Mitsuki, Masaru, and Eri. Deku. Izuku, hey Eri. He sees tears start to escape her eyes. Izuku, Eri, don't cry. Eri, crying, I miss you. Izuku, I miss you too. Eri, crying, why did you leave? Izuku, I'm sorry Eri. But I couldn't stay in Japan anymore. Eri, crying, why didn't you take me with you? Izuku, I wish I could've but I can't. You belong in Japan. Eri, crying, but I want to be with you. Izuku, me too. Eri, me too. Aizawa, problem child, why don't you visit every now and then? Izuku, I can't. Overwatch may be more relaxed than other militaries, but we can't take a vacation when we want. And I just started not long ago. I'll try asking for missions on Japan, but I can't promise anything. Anyway, Eri, I can't be with you right now, so I made you something. Eri, sniff, what is it? Izuku, remember how I used to sing to you when you had trouble sleeping? Well, I made a song about you so it will feel like I'm always near you. Want to hear it? Eri, yes, Izuku. Okay. Izuku pressed a button to his side and music started playing. He was nervous, but he would try his best. I'm not putting the lyrics since it's the same as last chapter. Izuku sang the song for Eri. He sang his heart out for her. Izuku felt more relaxed as he sung and saw Eri enjoying it. When he finished, a huge weight was lifted of his body. Izuku, so what do you think, Eri? Eri, I love it. Izuku, I knew you would. Eri, can you sing this before I go to sleep every night? Izuku, sorry Eri, but I can't. I might be on a mission when you go to sleep. Eri looks down. Oh. Izuku, but I'll send Izawa-sensei the song so you can hear it anytime you want. Eri, okay. Izuku, now I have to go, but I will call you every day. I promise. Eri, oh. I love you, Izuku. I love you too, Eri. The call ended. Izuku sat back on his chair. He felt very relieved that Eri enjoyed the song. And now he would talk to her every day when he can. So how did it go? Izuku turned to see Hana. Izuku, it went great. Eri enjoyed it. Hana walked up behind him and hugged him from being Hana. Told you she would enjoy it. Izuku, I owe you and Lucio thanks. Hana, but you did most of it. Izuku, I know, but I still have to thank you for helping me on it. So are you ready to go? Hana, yeah, my bag is already packed. And my mech is ready for transport. Izuku, then I better get in my armor. Hana, I'll wait for you by the hangar. She then let go of him and she left. Izuku felt a bit sad since Hana let go. It felt nice. He got up and suited up in his armor. He took all his weapons since Mecha wants to test his abilities, so he better bring his arsenal with him. He was dressed with his mask retracted for now. He grabbed his bag and headed for the hangar. He saw Hana waiting for him by the same aircraft he came in here with Cole. Hana, let's go. Izuku, relax. Busan is not going anywhere. Hana, still hurry up. Izuku shook his head. They got on the aircraft and strapped in after putting their bags down. The pilot started the ship and took off. No one's POV. We see Izuku and Hana sitting on a fancy aircraft heading to Busan. Izuku was wearing his red hood outfit without his mask on, and Hana wore her pilot suit with her pink whiskers. Izuku, so did you tell your family and friends that you're coming? Hana, nope. I wanted it to be a surprise. Izuku, you just love messing with people. Hana, it's fun. She then gets pouty. Hana, but I can't mess with you. Izuku, being trained since I could walk made my senses better. Plus with my quirk made them better. She sat on her seat pouting cutely. Izuku chuckles, alright, I won't use my senses next time, alright. Hana, but it's not the same. You won't be even trying. Izuku, isn't that the whole concept of trying to catch me off guard? Hana, you don't get it. Izuku, I do get it. I just don't get your logic. Hana, pages. So want to play in the meantime? Izuku, sure, but I'm picking. You choose last time. Hana, fine. Hana got out her portable laptop and opened her Steam library. Izuku went through it until he decided to mess with Hana. He chose Five Nights at Freddy's. She's scared of that one the most. Hana, come on, anything but that. Izuku, it's my turn. Hana. He started the game from night. Hana screamed a couple times when Izuku failed, but he wasn't even trying. He just wanted to have some fun. After a couple nights, he decided to stop before Hana starts having nightmares again. Izuku, alright, I'll stop. She start to hit him repeatedly. Hana, Yuji, why did you choose that game? Izuku, sorry Hana, I just wanted to mess with you a bit. Hana, now I will have nightmares again. Izuku, why are you scared? Hana, we both seen much worse stuff in missions. Hana, you won't get it. Izuku started to feel bad. He hugged her body and made her sat on his lap. He was embarrassed, but now he wants to comfort Hana. Izuku, sorry Hana. I shouldn't mess with you like that. Hana, you owe me. Izuku, I know. They sat there in silence. But there's something that Izuku didn't know. You see, Hana wanted to see how will Izuku react if she gets scared. She got over fear of the game, but Izuku didn't know that. She was happy that Izuku cared about her and held her even though it's his fault for doing this. Even then she was happy. Afterwards they played a game Hannah chose, which was Animal Crossing. She brought an extra 𝐬𝗧𝗧𝗟 so she play with him. After a couple of hours they arrived at Mecha's base of operations. The ship started to land. Hannah, alright. Before we got off I want you to act cool as you exit the ship, Izuku, any particular reason? Hannah, just do it. And out into your mask. The doors open and Hannah went out. Hannah, hey guys, she made her way down to them. We weren't told you were coming. Hannah, I wanted to be a surprise. So where's Red Hood? How is he? Hannah, you'll see. Red Hood come out. Izuku exited the airship with his bag full of goodies in one hand and the other has his other bag with clothes. He walked down the airship to the others. Hannah, everybody meet Red Hood. A mature woman who wore a business suit walked up to Red Hood. So this is the infamous Red Hood, Red Man, and who are you? Hannah, this is my commanding officer 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐸𝐵. Red Hood, I see. Sorry ma'am, 𝐒𝐮𝐸𝐵. It's alright. She holds her out hand to shake and Red Hood takes it. 𝐒𝐮𝐸𝐵. Everybody introduce yourselves. Hi Red Hood. I'm 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, also known as 𝐶𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫. I'm 𝐻𝐿𝐿. Red Hood, almost the same as D. Hannah, we were in the same esports team before Mecha. Nice to meet you. I'm 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫 but you can call me King. Red Hood, same as 7 Deadly Sins King. You watch that show too. Red Hood, Hannah introduced me to it. And I'm 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐴. I'm Overlord, Red Hood. I'm just going to call you by your code names. It's easier for me to remember. Casino, what about your name? Red Hood, usually I'm not allowed to show my identity but since you're Hannah's friends I'll make an exception. Red Hood pulled down his hood and retracted his mask to show his face. Whoa, King, you're younger than I expected. 𝐒𝐮𝐸𝐵, this is a surprise. Overlord, how old are you? Izuku, I'm 19 actually. Hannah, same as me. Izuku, my name is Izuku Midoriya. Overlord, you're the guy Hannah streams with. Izuku, yep that's me. 𝐒𝐮𝐸𝐵, well it's great meeting you but we have to get to business. Follow me. They follow the commander to another room with a table in the middle. 𝐒𝐮𝐸𝐵, we invited you here to test out your abilities. As you know Red Hood has been an influential figure since he appeared all those years ago. We wanted to test Red Hood's abilities for years now and since we found out he joined Overwatch we decided to see if the legends are true. Izuku, I see. If you want to test my abilities then go ahead. I'll accept your challenge. 𝐒𝐮𝐸𝐵, good. You'll be fighting these 5. They're the top pilots of Mecha. Hannah, all at once. 𝐒𝐮𝐸𝐵, if he chooses Izuku, I'll go one-on-one. Casino, smirk to scared to face us all at once. Izuku, no. I just don't want to scare you when I get serious. His face then got scary. Izuku, evil smirk, just because I'm the new Red Hood doesn't mean I can't be brutal. All of them besides Hannah and 𝐒𝐮𝐸𝐵 got scared. Izuku, smirk, so who's going first? The 4 were surprised at how quickly he changed back to a innocent-looking face. 𝐒𝐮𝐸𝐵, I'll let you decide. Izuku, then I choose Casino. Casino, stiffen up. Izuku, evil smile, I'm going to show you why you should fear Red Hood. Hannah, try not to scar him too much. Izuku, no promises. Hannah, 𝐒𝐮𝐸𝐵, your mechs should be ready to go. Head to the war simulation chamber. They headed to the simulation which the others had to drag. Casino. Before entering Izuku grabbed his pistols, a knife, a shotgun, and grenades from his bag. Man, you have a lot of firepower. Izuku, growing up I trained with all types of guns by the previous Red Hood. He told me I need to be prepared for anything. Not I just have to replace the real bullets with blanks. 𝐒𝐮𝐸𝐵, you don't have to worry about hurting them. This simulation teleports anybody who died away. Izuku, smirk, so I can go all out. Casino was now even more scared. Izuku entered the simulation and waited for Casino. After a minute he entered with his mech. Izuku thought, judging by its looks this one is built for speed. The AI in his helmet began to scan the mech. While doing that the surroundings changed to that rundown factory. 𝐒𝐮𝐸𝐵, you may start. Red Hood rushed at Casino. He started to fire shots from his blasters. Red Hood avoided those and took out his pistols. He jumped to get on the mech but it flew into the air, avoiding the grab. Casino then fired multiple missiles at Red Hood which he started to shoot all of them. Red Hood then started running to side while shooting Casino which he reacted by bringing up his defense shield. Red Hood, thought I need him to stop flying. This factory is big set, he has room to move. He then took cover behind a pillar. Red Hood, thought dropping the roof on him will get him in position for me to do damage. He peeked over and saw 𝐻𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫 heading towards him. He dodged as 𝐻𝐻𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫 destroyed the pillar. Red Hood began to run from 𝐻𝐻𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫 while avoiding his shoots. 𝐻𝐻𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, come on Red Hood. I thought you will be a challenge, Overlord. He really needs to work on his taunting problem. Red Hood continued to run from 𝐻𝐻𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, but that's what he wanted. He purposely ran to pillars so 𝐻𝐻𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫 can destroy them. Red Hood, thought good, that's enough AI. Scan complete. Red Hood, thought so, the glass it's the weakest. And I thought he was reinforced glass. Red Hood then ran into a corner. 𝐻𝐻𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, I got you now Red Hood. Red Hood, that's where you're wrong, 𝐻𝐻𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, huh? Izuku then threw a flashbang which blinded 𝐻𝐻𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫. After a bit 𝐻𝐻𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫's eyesight came to see Red Hood gone. 𝐻𝐻𝐭�𝐡𝐨𝐫, where did he go? He suddenly hears cracks and looks up to see the factory roof falling on him. He buried him but the mech protected him. 𝐻𝐻𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, diamant. I'm stuck. He then hears somebody land on his mech. He looks up to see Red Hood looking down on him. He got scared again. 𝐻𝐻𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, how did you dash? Red Hood then ran his fist through the glass and grabbed 𝐻𝐻𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫 by the throat. 𝐻𝐻𝐭�𝐡𝐨𝐫, oh Red Hood. Red Hood took out his pistols and aimed it at 𝐻𝐻𝐭O𝐡𝐴's head. 𝐻𝐻𝐭O𝐡𝐴, Red Hood please. I'm sorry. Red Hood, never make fun of me. He closed his eyes and a bang went off. 𝐻𝐻𝐭O𝐡𝐴 still had his eyes but wasn't teleported outside. He opens his eyes and sees Red Hood fired into his mech's controls. Red Hood then out 𝐻𝐻𝐭O𝐡𝐴 down. 𝐻𝐻𝐭O𝐡𝐴, what? Red Hood's mask then retracted. Izuku, you did well 𝐻𝐻𝐭O𝐡𝐴. But you might work on your gloating problem, 𝐻𝐻𝐭O𝐡𝐴. I don't understand. I thought you would beat me up, Izuku. Come on, like I'm going to beat up one of Hana's friends. Look 𝐻𝐻𝐭O𝐡𝐴, just because you teased me doesn't mean I'm going to respond with violence. Red Hood protects the innocent. And you are somebody who protects the innocent from those who want to do harm. Hurting you will bring shame to not only me but the previous Red Hoods. So don't go assuming stuff just from stuff you heard, 𝐻𝐻𝐭O𝐡𝐴. Izuku, come on. Let's go so I can prepare for the next 1-inch. Izuku heads out with 𝐻𝐻𝐭O𝐡𝐴 following Hana. You did awesome, Izuku. Izuku, thanks King. Your but got handed to you, 𝐻𝐻𝐭O𝐡𝐴. Yeah, did the? Man, seriously, you have to stop gloating. You didn't see Red Hood's plan, 𝐻𝐻𝐭O𝐡𝐴. I know, Izuku. So who's next? Overlord, I'll go next, 𝐴. I'll prepare the next simulation. Izuku went over to his bag and took out his sword and strapped it to his back. He could have used a sword in the last fight to finish it more quickly. He went into the simulation and waited. Overlord. Mom, so Hana, what is it? Do you and Izuku have a thing? Hana's face lit up like a Christmas tree. Hana, blusha, no we don't. Man smirked. Man, smirk really? Well, good, because he looks handsome. I might ask him out after our fight. Hana, don't you dare. He's mine. Man, smirk yours, huh? Hana's face light up more red from embarrassment. Back in the simulation, Overlord entered the simulation in his mech. Red Hood, thought this looks like a support class mech. But since it was built by Mecha, I know it would still pack a punch, Overlord. So are you ready, Red Hood? Red Hood, I'm always ready. The simulation then switched to a beach. 𝐴. Start. Red Hood started to shot at Overlord, which he dodged easily with his mech having the best flying capabilities. Overlord used his turret to fire Red Hood. Red Hood started to run in random directions since he doesn't have cover. Red Hood thought those things in his back. They look drones. I could use that to my advantage. He pressed a button on his helmet. AI. Hacking starting. Red Hood took out his shotgun and started to fire shots while running. He then ran towards Overlord while avoiding his shots. Overlord flew into the air to avoid the shotgun blast, but Red Hood took out a grenade and threw it at the turret. It went off, destroying the turret. Overlord, DDMN. I didn't think he could throw it that far. I better use my drones. He activated his drones. They went after Red Hood, which he started to dodge. Red Hood thought, good, now that they're activates I can take them. AI. Hacking complete. The drones lit up. Red Overlord, what's going? The drones then head towards Overlord and started to fire at him. Overlord, did he hack my drones? How did he do it? Red Hood, time to go on the offensive. Red Hood ran towards Overlord. Overlord was avoiding the shots from his drones the best he can. Since Overlord was in the air, Red Hood took out from what it looks like a grapple. He fired it and it latched on the mech and pulled Red Hood up. He landed on top of Overlord. He smashed his window and pulled him out and held by the collar. He jumped off the mech since it started to fall towards the ground. Red Hood landed safely on the ground and out down Overlord. The mech landed on the ground and was destroyed. Red Hood, okay, that ended way too fast. Overlord, yeah, my mech can't handle head-on battle well. Red Hood, I suspected as much. Overlord left the simulation and Red Hood waited for his next opponent. Overlord exited the room where two others were waiting. 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐽. Red Hood definably didn't hold back. He finished you in not even 5 minutes. Overlord, you know my mech can't handle head-on battle. Especially with somebody like him, 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐽. So who will go next? King, I'll go. He went over to his mech and got in. He entered the simulation where Overlord's mech was taken out already. Red Hood, so you're next, King. I won't go down like the last two. My mech was built with enough firepower to destroy an army of soldiers. Red Hood, I see. Well then let's get this started. The simulation changed into city. Red Hood, thought these tall buildings will come in handy. 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐽. Start. King immediately started to shoot at Red Hood with his lasers. Red Hood dodged and headed towards King. King repeatedly shot lasers at Red Hood, which he continued to dodge. Red Hood took out his pistols and aimed it at the laser to expose some weakness. King flew into the sky. His right shoulder opened up and rockets started to target Red Hood. Red Hood shot the rockets and made some explode, but he ran out of ammo. He took cover from King's missiles and reloaded. Red Hood thought he has a lot firepower with those rockets. The car he took cover on was destroyed. He manages to avoid taking damage. King, let's show you like this. He fired more missiles from both of his shoulders and lasers from his hands. Red Hood started to dodge the missiles but was starting to get overwhelmed, with the lasers almost getting to him, and decided to the sky. He took out his grappler and aimed at it at one of the buildings and latched onto the side of the building and pulled himself. King followed him while Red Hood grappled building to building. 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐽, he's actually outrunning King Casino. He is the slowest out of all of us. King continued to pursue Red Hood until he lost sight of him. King, where did he go? On top of the building stood Red Hood watching over King. Red Hood thought his slow speed would work to my advantage. His rockets are quick, but they are easy to change their trajectory with bullets. And since they are tracking rockets, I can lure one or multiple to him. I want to save my quirk until Hannah. He stood up. Red Hood, hey, King. King looked around until he looked up and saw Red Hood. King, so that's where you've been hiding. Red Hood then jumped off the building and started to run down the building, surprising everybody. Overlord, he can run down buildings. Hannah, giggles, you haven't seen anything yet. King got over his shock and started to fire rockets at him. Red Hood avoided the rockets and some hit the building, but others followed him. Red Hood continued to run towards King, which King also started to do. He flew towards Red Hood at full speed, forgetting the missiles that were following Red Hood. Red Hood jumped away at the last second, confusing King until the barrage of missiles hit his mech. His mech took the full frontal attack and was falling towards the ground. Red Hood got to him and took out King like he did the others by smashing his fist through the window. He fired his grapple before the mech hit the ground and landed safely. King, few thanks for that. Red Hood, no problem. They exited the simulation. Izuku, you could have had me there. I was down to my last clip. King, yeah, because you didn't refill last round. 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐽, just take the compliment. King, Izuku, so you are next. 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐽, I am. You better be ready. My mech has the most offense and defense capabilities. Izuku, then I better bring out the big guns. He heads over to his bag and brings out a kit and starts to assemble a sniper. Hannah, I'm still surprised you managed to bring that many weapons in one small bag. Izuku, I have my ways. He finishes assembling it and loads it. Izuku, while it's a powerful sniper, the clip, it's the only issue. 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐽, why is that? Izuku, the bullets mess the balancing. They're heavy, so I have to use 3 bullets in each magazine. He grabs more ammo for his pistols and shotgun. Izuku, alright, I'm ready. 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐽, good. Your next simulation is ready. Izuku entered the simulation and 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐽 entered her mech. Izuku checked his equipment one more time. 𝐻𝐻 entered the simulation shortly after. Red Hood, I see why you said your mech has the best offense and defense capabilities. 𝐻𝐻, my mech is the tank of the group besides Red Hood. Since you are her former esports teammate, then that means you share some techniques. 𝐻𝐻, don't count on it. The simulation changed to a deserted road. Red Hood, guess I can't use the environment to my advantage. 𝐻𝐻, start. 𝐻𝐻 rushed at Red Hood. She swung at him when she got close, but Red Hood stopped her sword with his own. 𝐻𝐻, I'm surprised you managed to stop my attack, Red Hood. I train not just in tactics. 𝐻𝐻 went to hit Red Hood's but managed to dodge at the last second, jump away backwards. 𝐻𝐻 followed Red Hood and started to attack him with her sword. Red Hood either dodged or blocked her attacks. He has gotten much better with his sword from his training he did with Dustin and Genji. Red Hood avoided another slash but was then hit by 𝐻𝐻's other arm. He skid on the ground but stood his ground. Red Hood, not bad. You actually landed a bit on me. 𝐻𝐻, I'm just getting started. Red Hood, me too. Red lighting then bounced off him. 𝐻𝐻, is that his quirk? 𝐻𝐻, yup it is. And it packs quiet a punch. He took out his sniper and disappeared. 𝐻𝐻, where did he go? She looked around until she saw a glimpse of light shining. Red Hood was laying down on his stomach with a shot aimed at 𝐻𝐻. Red Hood fired the shot and it hit her right arm, disabling her sword. 𝐻𝐻, he aligned for another shot but 𝐻𝐻 out her shield up. He could show her legs but that won't slow her down enough. He stood up and red lighting once again covered his body. He closer to 𝐻𝐻 with his shotgun now in hands. 𝐻𝐻, how did you do that? Red Hood, I'm full of secrets. He fired a shot but 𝐻𝐻's shield absorbed it. Red Hood kept firing shots until he was empty. 𝐻𝐻 took this chance to rush at Red Hood and bashed him with her shield. Red Hood covered himself with his arms to tank a bit of damage. 𝐻𝐻 tried to squash Red Hood with her other arm but Red Hood kicked himself of 𝐻𝐻's shield and avoided her arm. He ran at her and punched her shield with his quirk, managing to destroy it. Red Hood, knew it. Her shield can only take a certain amount of damage before it has to recharge. His mask then retracted to show his face. The others were wondering why he showed his face, but 𝐻𝐻 knew why. Red Hood breathes out a black cloud that covered 𝐻𝐻's mech. 𝐻𝐻, cough, what's with this cloud? It covered all where 𝐻𝐻 stood. Suddenly Red Hood cleanses his teeth and an explosion of fire set off. The explosion rocked the entire building. 𝐻𝐻 then appeared next to the others covered in ash. Back in the simulation, the ash cleared to show a wreck. Casino, just what did he do? 𝐻𝐻, that attack is his quirk, King. Wait, so it wasn't that red lighting his quirk? 𝐻𝐻, part of it. Red Hood exited the simulation and got back to the others. Izuku, cough, I'll never get used to all the ash in my mouth. King. Izuku, what was that? Izuku, was what? Overlord, the fire you did. Izuku, oh that was my dad's quirk. It's fire breath but a different version. 𝐻𝐻, but I saw red lighting bounce of you. Izuku, yeah, I have two quirks. 𝐻𝐻, how is that possible? Izuku, you see, my quirk is a stockpile quirk. The more I use it, the stronger it gets. In my second year at UA, I discovered that I had my dad's quirk when I was training. Apparently my quirk somehow activated my dad's quirk, Casino, but how's that possible? Izuku, the nurse thought because of my stockpile quirk. It somehow managed to activate it from slumber. It's useful but I don't use it often since the ash corrodes my throat. 𝐻𝐻, fascinating. Never in all my years I thought a second quirk is possible. Especially with something as strong as your stockpile quirk. You are a unique case, Mr. Midoriya. Izuku, thank you, ma'am. 𝐻𝐻, now all that's left is me to fight you. Izuku, I'm gonna have to say no. 𝐻𝐻, why? Izuku, I'm out of bullets in all my guns. I will have to call HQ to send more. Overlord, why not use the bullets we got here? Izuku, I can't. The bullets that I used are custom made for my guns. I can't use any old bullets, especially for my sniper. 𝐻𝐻, well, I guess that's enough for today. Tomorrow we will test more of your abilities. Izuku, very well. 𝐻𝐻, 𝐻𝐻, since he's your friend he would be sleeping in your room. 𝐻𝐻, Yes ma'am. Hana drags Izuku to her room. King, you do know her room only fist one person, Myung. I know, Mon. She's in love with Izuku. Remember he's the one she always talked about and that she had a crush on, Overlord. Who do you think is going to confess first? Mon. My money is on Izuku Casino. Me too, King. I'll say Hana, Overlord. So do it, Myung. We'll just have to see who confesses first. No one's POV. It's been officially 4 months since Izuku joined Overwatch. And so far he's been loving it every single minute. Now we see Izuku talking with Hana about the summer event Overwatch does. Izuku, so let me get this straight. Every summer Overwatch takes a week off to have fun at the beaches. Hana, yup. Izuku, but only those who made a big contribution to Overwatch in terms of good. Hana, exactly. Izuku, then how did I get to do this? I only did a couple missions. Hana, true, but the data that you gave Winston gave us information on a lot of Talon weapons and factory they were using. Izuku, still that's little. Talon is not going to fall if we just raided one factory and destroy their weapons. Hana, will you just agree already? You have no idea how long I waited for this. Izuku, I thought you hated going outside. Hana, just say are you going or not? Izuku, alright I'll go. Hana, good. Because if you said no I would have dragged you. Izuku, please don't. So when do we leave? Hana, tomorrow morning. Izuku, that's soon. Hana, yes, so pack your bags. We're going to be gone a week, so pack stuff you need. Izuku, alright, but I'm going to need to buy a swimsuit when we get there since I don't have any. Hana, just wear shorts. Izuku, I would, but somebody stole my last clean pair. Hana, it's not my fault they're comfortable. Izuku, I'll buy some when we get there so I'll be fine. Hana, want me to help? Izuku, sure, I could use the help. Hana helps Izuku pack some stuff he needs for this trip. Izuku, by the way, did you already pack? Hana, sure did. I've been waiting for this ever since I was told about it last month. Izuku, and you didn't bother to tell me about it. Hana, I wanted to be a surprise so I could make you have no choice but to come. Izuku, you little devil. Hana, be ready for tomorrow. She left his room. Izuku out his bag on the side of his bed. Izuku, well, it'd be nice to got to the beach. I never really went to the beach with the others at UA. With me included anyway. I wonder what Hana would wear. Knowing her something pink with her logo. She looks so CC in that. I really need to confess, Izuku changed into his workout clothes and went to lift weights. The next day came with the top Overwatch agents on a plane heading to a beach. Izuku and Hana sat next to each other with Hana shaking in her seat in excitement. Izuku, would you calm down? Hana, I can't. It's been a while since I got to go to the beach. Izuku, the ocean is not going away. The plane eventually landed at a private airport and they all got off. Jack, alright, our transport should be here. Suddenly a truck with the Overwatch logo pulled up. There were 3 so they wouldn't get squashed. They got in and drove to their hotel, which was in front of the ocean. The hotel was a 5-star hotel. All of them were given rooms for their own, but a few, including Izuku and Hana. Hana, so why are we sharing a room? Winston, a few days ago Talon attacked near here and unfortunately destroyed some rooms. Izuku, I thought it was from the construction across the street. Hana, so we will be sharing a room for the entire trip. Winston, unfortunately Izuku/Hana thought I don't mind sharing a room with her/him. They all went to their rooms to change. Izuku and Hana went to their room, which was almost at the top floor. They entered their room and it was lavish. Everything looked nice for a hotel with a lot of expensive stuff. Hana, I never get tired of seeing new hotels. Izuku, I never been inside of one this lavish. Hana, well, get used to it because Overwatch always goes all out for their agents. Anyway, let's change so we can go swimming. Izuku, I'll got change in the bathroom. Izuku grabbed a pair of swim trunks that Lucio lent him. He went into the bathroom to change. Outside, Hana got her outfit and started to change. In the bathroom, finished changing into his swim trunks. He was going shirtless to let out his muscles. Izuku, Hana, can I come out? Hana, go ahead. I'm finished changing. Izuku exits the bathroom and sees Hana in her swimwear. Izuku blushed when he saw her. She looked appealing and Secretary Izuku thought, DMN it. It's going to be even harder to hide my bnur. Hana, so what do you think? Izuku, blush you. Look nice, Hana. Blush thanks. You look good too, Izuku. Blush I'm just wearing green shorts, Hana. Blush still you look good. She grabs her phone, walks up next to him. Hana. Smile. She posed her signature peace sign. Izuku smiled and Hana took the picture and posted it. It got a lot of likes immediately. Izuku, your fans sure do flock to your post fast, Hana. I know. Let's go. They grabbed their towels and some sunscreen and left their rooms. They see others leaving their rooms as well. Tracer, are you guys excited for today? Hana, not as much as you, Lena. Izuku, you couldn't hold still on the way here. Hana, shut up. I'm ready to. They looked down and saw Hammond, also known as Wrecking Ball. He had a towel with him with a bracelet connected to his giant ball so he can speak. Izuku, wait, Hammond, can you even swim? He did his hamster voice and the bracelet on his wrist translated bracelet. I'm a higher being than you. Of course I can swim, Izuku. If you say so. They leave the hotel and headed out to the beach. Reinhardt, let's get this vacation started. Bridget, groan, please stop. Screaming, Hana, let's go, Izuku. She dragged Izuku by the hand. A couple others followed them into the ocean while others set their towels too and laid down or like Lena started playing in the sand. Reinhardt set the towel and umbrella for Anna before heading into the ocean. Cole stood with just a straw hat, popsicle stick in his mouth, wearing red shorts, staring at the ocean like a lifeguard while Hanzo steals glances. 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫 was with Angela in the ocean teaching her how to surf. Hammond was floating on a mini reef while slurping on a drink. Lucio was playing some tunes on the beach so the others can enjoy themselves. May laid on her towel with Snowball laying next to her. And the others did their own thing. In the water, Izuku was fighting Hana in a water fight. Hana, take this. She splashed water on Izuku. Izuku, oh, it's on. He used both of his arms to splash water on her. Hana, ha. Both were enjoying their game. They kept splashing water at each other until Izuku had an idea. He splashed her, making her cover her face. He went under the water. Hana, be ready for my dash. She sees he's gone. Hana, Izuku. She suddenly pulled under. She tossed around until she saw Izuku's smiling face. They both then got back on the surface. Izuku, got you. Hana, you're getting now. She jumped on him, making him fall backwards onto the water. She began to tickle Izuku. Izuku, Hana, ha ha, stop please, ha. Hana, never mess with the queen. Hana continued to tickle Izuku until they stopped. Hana laid on top of Izuku while he floated. Both were laughing. After a second they look in what position they are in. Their faces turned red and immediately separated. Izuku, blush, sorry about that. Hana, Hana, blush and no, it was my fault. Hey. They turned to see Jack. Izuku / Hana, thought yup, he is a dad, alright Jack. Come on. Burgers are ready. Izuku and Hana swam over to shore and went with the others. A table was set with plates, cups, drinks, ketchup and mustard. Izuku and Hana grabbed their plate and went over to Jack and grabbed their burger. They went over to the table and put ketchup on their burgers and took a bite. Hana, if only I had Doritos, then this would be better. Izuku, Hana, you have to eat other stuff besides chips. Hana, I'm eating, am I not? Izuku, healthy stuff. Hana, Hana, what are you? My mother. Izuku, at this point I just might. The others around laugh at this. Angela, those two get along extremely well. 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫 makes Sans sing they've been friends since they were kids. Even when Izuku was told to be quirkless, Angela, I'm happy that she didn't turn her back on him. They both make a cute couple. Everybody talked with each other while eating their burgers. Izuku had hard time eating since Hana wanted to put sand in Hanzo's burger when he's not looking. After everybody finished eating, Lucio, who wants to play some volleyball? Some were in on it while others wanted to their own thing. The first team is Winston, Angela, 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, and Izuku. The second team was Hana, Lucio, Reinhardt, and Anna. They started to play. The first team was having problems since Reinhardt can hit like a goddamn truck. Winston was able to match Reinhardt's strength. Angela was focused on Anna, Lucio on 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, and Izuku against Hana. Both teams played until they got bored. Hana, I'm going to lay down. Izuku, me too. Hana, can you set up the umbrella? Izuku, Sure, Izuku grabbed the umbrella and set it up while Hana laid the towels next to each other. They both then laid down. Hana, it's been a while since I worked out that much. Izuku, well, you don't work out a lot back in Gibraltar. Hana, some of us like to stay inside. Izuku, yeah, I noticed. Hana, can you put some sunscreen on my back? Izuku, blush, sure. He grabbed the sunscreen. Hana took off her shirt to reveal her BR that had her bunny logo on both sides. She laid down again and unstrapped her BR. Izuku blushed, but he calmed his nerves a bit. He started to apply the sunscreen on her back. Hana, satisfied sigh. Izuku, blush, you're enjoying this. Hana, blush, yeah I am. Izuku's hands on her Hana's back turned her on a little bit. Hana thought, why can't I develop the courage to confess to him? All the things he does just makes me go crazy. Damn, you mind for making me an introvert? Izuku thought, even from just her backside Hana's body looks secretary. Her butt is, stop thinking like that. You are not my Netta. He continues his put sunscreen on he back until she was covered. He laid back down on the towel and closed his eyes to take a nap. Izuku thought that was exhausting. He then fell asleep. Hana strapped her BR back and lowered her shirt. Hana, thanks 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐴. She hears him snore. She smiled at how cute he looked sleeping. Hana thought, I never seen Izuku look so relaxed since we met up again. She moves herself next to him and cups his cheek. Hana thought, I wouldn't mind waking up to his cute face every day. Lena, hey Hana. Hana jumped in surprise. She turned towards the ocean, seeing Lena and couple of the girls with her. Lena, want to come swim with us? Hana, no, I'm okay. I'll stay here. Lena, well, alright. Your loss. The girls went into the ocean. Hana sighed in relief, grateful she wasn't caught touching Izuku's face. She turned back to Izuku and saw him still sleeping. Hana thought, I better confess to Izuku soon. I know there's several other agents that have a crush on him. I refuse to let some beach steal him away from me. What are you doing, Hana? She silently screamed so she won't wake Izuku up. She turned around. It was Emma, Dustin's girlfriend, in her swimwear. Emma, what are you doing? Hana, ha, Emma, She sees her hand on Izuku's face and figured it out. Emma, whisper, I see what's going. So are you going to kiss him? Hana blushed harder and she couldn't say a word back. Emma giggles, whisper, calm down Hana. I'm kidding. Hana, blush, whisper, with you it's hard to tell. Emma, whisper, in all seriousness. Hana, when are you going to confess? Hana, blush, whisper, I don't know what you're talking about. Emma, whisper, Hana, you can't fool me. I was the same with Dustin before we started dating. Hana, blush. Emma, whisper, let me tell you a secret. Izuku here actually has feelings for you as well. Hana, blush, whisper, what? Are you serious? Emma, whisper, yup. Dustin told me that Izuku asked him how he and I got together. Dustin, why? And Izuku told him because he has feelings for you. Hana blushed more but was happy. Izuku has feeling for her as well. Hana, blush, smile, whisper, I'm glad. Emma, whisper, so are you going to confess? Hana, whisper, not yet. Not here at least. I want somewhere more dash. Suddenly a ball hit Izuku in the face, waking him up. Izuku, what the hell? Lucio, sorry man. He skated over to his soccer ball. Lucio, sorry for waking you up. Izuku, be careful next time. I was having a pleasant dream. He turns to look at Hana and sees Emma there. Izuku, oh hey Emma. Emma, good morning. Izuku, what are you doing here? Emma, I was just talking to Hana while you were sleeping. She then stood up. Emma, anyway, see you two later. I better go check on Dustin and make sure he doesn't do anything stupid like last time. She then walked away. Izuku, last time? What did he do? Hana, blush, I don't know. Izuku, are you okay? Hana, your face looks red. Hana, blush, it's nothing. I just forget to apply sunscreen on my face. She giggled awkwardly. Now that she knows Izuku has feelings for her, she can't help it but blush. Izuku, well, alright. Anyway, how long was I out? Hana, blush, I say 15 minutes. Izuku, now that I awake by Lucio's ball, I won't back to sleep. Want to do something else? Hana, blush, no. I just want to be here with you. Izuku, what was that last part? Hana, blush, Izuku looked at her a bit suspicious, but he let it go for now. They continued to lay under the umbrella for a bit until they went off to do something. A couple of hours later the sun set. The vacations agents went over the restaurant that was on the beach. Reinhardt, I'll have another. Bridget, Rhea, she felt embarrassed from Reinhardt's antics. Hannah, giggles. Bridget is never going to catch a break, is she? Izuku, since Reinhardt is her teacher, not a chance. The door at the back opened up and the owner came out with a karaoke machine. Owner, everybody, the karaoke machine has finally been fixed, so anybody who wants to come up and sing are more than welcome. Hannah, oh Izuku, go sing a song. Izuku, I'm eating here. Hannah, then eat a quick so you can sing. While Izuku, our other agents decided to try the machine. Some of them were decent singers while others, not so much. Dustin and Emma went up and did a song together which ended then sharing a quick kiss. Izuku then finished his food. Hannah, okay, now go sing a song. Izuku stood up and grabbed her hand. Izuku, if I'm singing then you're singing as well. Hannah, no I dash. Izuku didn't let her finish and dragged her up on stage. Izuku, this is payback for that time dumped dirty water on me in the shower. Hannah, Izuku, anything but this. I can't. Well, Izuku, just try your best, just like when you stream. Hannah, I don't know. Izuku, you'll do fine. I'll pick a song that we both liked since we were kids. The machine started to play the song and Hannah instantly recognized and remembered the words. Hannah, when you're on your own drowning alone and you need a rope that can pull you and someone will throw it. Izuku, and when you're afraid that you're gonna break and you need a way to feel strong again, someone will know it. Izuku and Hannah, and even when it hurts the most, try to have a little hope that someone's gonna be there when you don't. If you wanna cry, I'll be your shoulder. If you wanna laugh, I'll be your smile. If you wanna fly, I will be your sky. Anything you need, that's what I'll be. You can come to be. Hannah, you struggle inside, losing your mind, fighting and trying to be yourself when somebody lets you. Izuku, out in the cold but nowhere to go, feeling like no one could understand, then somebody gets you. Izuku and Hannah, so take a breath and let it go and try to have a little hope, 'cause someone's gonna be there when you don't. If you wanna cry, I'll be your shoulder. If you wanna laugh, I'll be your smile. If you wanna fly, I will be your sky. Anything you need, that's what I'll be. You can come to be like a chain that never breaks, like a truth that never bends, like a glue that takes a broken heart and puts it back again. It's the feeling that you get, it's the moment that you know that no matter what the future holds, you'll never be alone. If you wanna cry, I'll be your shoulder. If you wanna laugh, I'll be your smile. If you wanna fly, I will be your sky. Anything you need, that's what I'll be. If you wanna climb, I'll be your ladder. If you wanna run, I'll be your road. If you want a friend, doesn't matter when. Anything you need, that's what I'll be. You can come to me. Yeah, everybody clapped. Hannah was surprised she could sing well. She never heard herself like that. Izuku, you did great. Hannah, blush, thanks. You too. They got off stage and went back to their table. Lena, you guys were awesome. Izuku, thanks. Hanzo, since were you able to sing like that? Izuku, I had practice. Hannah, I don't know really. I never sang in my entire life. Angela, maybe you are just naturally talented at singing like gaming. Hannah, maybe. The rest of their dinner was nice. Afterwards they headed back to their rooms. Izuku and Hannah enter their room and grab their sleepwear. Izuku changed in the bathroom and Hannah changed bedroom. After they finished changing, they decided where they are going to sleep. Hannah, so how do you want to do it? Izuku, I'll sleep on the couch, so don't worry about me. Hannah, but I'll feel guilty for taking the bed to myself. Izuku, it's fine, I don't mind. Hannah, it's queen-size bed so we could both sleep on it. Izuku, blush, we will have more space for ourselves. Thought, even though I don't mind being close. Hannah, blush, that's true. Thought, but I love being close to you. They ultimately decided just to sleep in the same bed. They both laid in bed facing away from each other. Izuku, blush, gee, good night. Hannah, blush, night. Izuku, they both then went to sleep. No one's POV. It's been a couple days since Overwatch came back from their mini vacation. Things between Izuku and Hannah are kind of tense. You see, ever since Hannah found that Izuku has feelings for her, she can't help herself but blush in his presence even more. Her mind goes at 1,000,000 miles an hour, imagining how things will got between them. Izuku also decided to confess to Hannah since he knows a couple of new agents have an eye on Hannah. For the next several days after they came back, they have been building up the courage to ask the other out. And today is that day. Both were standing in front of the mirror in their bathrooms. Izuku, Alright, today is the day you confess to Hana. You've been thinking about this for a long time. You even got permission from her father. You can confess to Hana. Her beauty is going to distract me. Hana, you played in front of millions of people before. You even started in a movie. You can confess to him. He's just your friend. Incredibly CC friend. Both were working up the courage to confess to the other one, Izuku/Hana. Alright, I'm ready. Suddenly somebody knocked at their doors. They answered to see agents. They told them they are needed by Winston for a mission briefing. Izuku, thought come in really. Hana, thought I was going to confess. They thank the agents and head to the Winston's office. Izuku, blush hey Hana, Hana, blush hi Izuku. Both felt really shy with just being next to each other. They couldn't talk like normal anymore. They arrived at Winston's lab and saw other top Overwatch agents. Winston, good you are all here. Winston turns to face all the agents in the rooms. Winston, I called all of you here for a mission. One that involves a dangerous man, Lena. Doom fist again. Winston, no. He then showed an image of a man. Izuku, Shigaraki. Everybody looked at Izuku. Angela, you know him. Izuku, I do. I fought him many times. Winston, then you would be able to tell us more. We don't have enough information. Izuku, very well. But there's one thing I want to say. Winston, what is it? Izuku, you let me face him alone. Everybody was taken back. Hana, Izuku, don't joke around. Izuku, I'm not. Shigaraki is not somebody to be messed with. He has the power to steal and use quirks. Some gasp. Izuku, it's called All for One. As some of you know, my quirk is a stockpile quirk. But I never told you its origins. Genji, origin. Izuku, my quirk was created by the quirk Shigaraki has now. Izuku then goes on to explain on how One for All was created and its past. Izuku, so that's why I have to be one to fight him. Everybody was left speechless. A quirk that can be passed on. That was scientifically impossible. Hana, Izuku, why didn't you tell us before? Izuku, because the people who know about it get put in danger themselves. But all of us deal with danger in our daily lives because of what we do. I trust you all to keep this a secret because if our enemy knows of this, Angela, they'll try to steal the quirk themselves. Izuku, yeah. But luckily the quirk can only be passed on if the previous user wants to, but still we shouldn't take a chance. Winston, agreed. Izuku, when we find Shigaraki you would deal with him yourself. Izuku, thank you. Hana looked worried. Winston continued with the mission and showed a video where Shigaraki destroyed a huge building along with everybody inside. The ones who were chosen to go on this are Red Hood, the Wrecking Ball, Nightwing, Dustin, Orisa, Mercy, Echo, and Anna. They all went to get their gear and head out. When Izuku was walking towards his room, Hana followed him. Hana, Izuku, what is it? Hana, are you okay? Izuku, of course. What? Hana, well, you're heading back to Japan to the same place you left. Izuku, Hana, I'm glad you are worried for me. But don't worry. I knew I was going back sometime soon. My friends, they don't mean much to me now. If we do run into them, then I'll just not take my mask off. Hana, okay, but also worried about you wanting to fight that guy alone. Izuku suddenly stopped. Izuku, Hana, I'm the only one in this world that can take him on. He has unbelievable strength with All for One. It's my duty as the successor of One for All to defeat him. He resumed his walk to his room. Hana stood more worried now. She never saw Izuku talk this way. He always wanted to do work like this with friends, but now he wants to do it alone. She's worried for him. She went back to her room and put on her suit and headed to where her mech was stored. Everybody who was chosen for the mission met up at the airship with Winston and several agents standing in front. Winston, with the information Red Hood provided, this will be a tough fight. Shigaraki and his allies should be taken down, but leave Shigaraki to Red Hood deal with. They nodded, but Hana did hesitantly. Winston, Red Hood, you take point in this. Red Hood, understood. They said their goodbyes to each other with Dustin kissing his worried girlfriend, and same with Genji and Angela. They got on the airship and it took off to Japan. On the flight, everybody was talking to each other or checking their weapons. Izuku was making sure he had enough bullets and his guns were working properly. Hana was sitting next to him. Izuku, Hana, don't worry about me. Hana, huh? Izuku, I can't tell you're worried about me facing Shigaraki alone, Hana. I can't help it. From what you said, he sounds extremely dangerous to be facing alone, Izuku. All Might faces all for one by himself and survive, Hana. Yeah, but only barely. You are not him. Izuku then stopped checking his weapons and the others were now listening in. Izuku, I know I'm not him. He told I should be better then and I'm doing that, Hana. Then please don't face him alone. She hugged him. Hana, please don't face Shigaraki alone. We could help, Izuku. I'm sorry, Hana. This is something I need to do alone. It's my duty as his cousin. Everybody, what? Hana, cousin. Izuku, Shigaraki is my cousin. Shigaraki never had the best life growing up. His dad was a terrible parent. He despised heroes because my grandma put him and my mom in an orphanage for their safety. But he never saw it as that way. He saw it as her abandoning them. When Shigaraki's quirk manifest, he started to abuse him for that and because he wanted to become a hero. He had a dog that helped him through this, but when his quirk activated, he killed it. Afterwards he killed his parents. His mother was the opposite of his dad. She was caring, nice, and supported his dream. But she and her husband wound up dead by Shigaraki's hands as well. The ship has gone quiet. They just learned how tragic Shigaraki's life was. All of this could have been avoided if his dad wasn't a total piece of Izuku, so you know why I want to face him alone. Not just because of duty as the successor to One for All, but as his cousin. I want to be the one that stops him from causing more harm. Hana, will you kill him? Izuku. I don't know. The ship got quiet again and was like that for the rest of the trip until they arrived in Japan. The ship landed in UA's courtyard with teachers and other heroes standing in front. The ship's door opened and they got off. 𝐻𝐮𝐬𝐬, welcome Overwatch, Red Hood. So you are 𝐻𝐮𝐬𝐬𝐻, yes. The government has put me in charge of this operation since we have dealt with Shigaraki in the past, Red Hood. Very well, Anna. 𝐻𝐮𝐬𝐬, old friend, 𝐻𝐻𝐮𝐬𝐬. Ah, Anna. It's been a while since I seen you, Anna. It has. Since when were you a principal? 𝐻𝐻𝐬𝐬, I'll tell you how I became principal over tea when this is over, Anna. I would like that, Red Hood. Sir, who's with you? 𝐻𝐻𝐬𝐬, oh right. These here are some of the heroes you would be working with on this mission. Introduce yourselves. Red Hood recognizes them. It's his old friends. Shoto. I'm Shoto Todoroki Momo. I'm Momo Yaoyorozu. My hero name is Creati Achiko. I'm Achiko Uraraka. I'm called Uravity by the public Ida, and I'm Tenya Ida. The new Ingenium, Red Hood, 𝐻𝐮𝐬𝐬. This is my team. The others introduce themselves to them. 𝐻𝐻𝐬𝐬, now that everybody knows each other, we can get started. Follow me. They follow 𝐻𝐻𝐬𝐬 inside UA. The ship then took off the Overwatch base that was nearby. They all enter a room with other heroes and a table with chairs. 𝐻𝐻𝐬𝐬, now that everybody is here, let's get started. 𝐻𝐻𝐬𝐬 took the head of the table while Overwatch agents besides Hammond. Hana's mech was outside in guard mode. The other hero were the rest of Izuku's old classmates but Katsuki. 𝐻𝐻𝐬𝐬, let's get started. A hologram appeared in the middle of Shigaraki's latest crime. 𝐻𝐻𝐬𝐬, yesterday Shigaraki, a villain we have been dealing with for almost 4 years, has resurfaced. He destroyed a government building with everybody inside. Few survived the attack. The order that we've been giving for Shigaraki is to kill him, the heroes gasp Ida. But sir, it's not heroic to take a life, 𝐻𝐻𝐬𝐬, I know. That's why it will be Overwatch's job to get that done, Tokoyami. But it's still wrong, Mercy. You are all still young to understand the severity of this. Shigaraki is a dangerous man that needs to be out down. As much as I hate it, Nightwing. The guy has taken God knows how many lives by now. To stop a man like that is to stop permanently, Mina. Isn't there a better way to do this? Red Hood. Then tell us, Mina, huh? Red Hood. Tell us what's a better way to stop a man like Shigaraki from causing chaos, Mina. Don't know, Red Hood. Exactly. This mono monster. Shigaraki is not somebody you can talk and show him the error of his ways. The only way to stop a man like this is to put him down permanently. Ida, you are not allowed to do that, Red Hood. Principal 𝐻𝐻𝐬𝐬 just told us the order to take his life was granted. Ida, there has to be other ways to stop him besides killing. Red Hood. If you want to do that, then go ahead. While you do that, we will be doing our job. 𝐻𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, everybody. I know you think taking a life is not right. And it's not. But sometimes in order to protect the innocent we have to make tough decisions so others can be saved. Echo. A hero sacrifices themselves for those they wish to protect. Even if that means taking a life, Orisa, life is precious. But it can disappear easy too, Anna. None of us are clean. All of us have taken a life already, Achiko. So, Izuku killed someone already. They all look at Achiko who had a sad face. Hana. Izuku. Yeah, he already killed somebody. A gasp in surprised. Their innocent cinnamon roll, the most precious and innocent person has already taken a life. Red Hood. He knew what he was signing up for. We may be completely different from other militaries, but we still operate as one. Killing is part of the job. Now if there's nothing to talk about, let's talk about strategy. Nizu. Agree. They began to talk about strategy on how they will deal with Shigaraki. Izuku's old friends were still trying to wrap their heads around the thought that Izuku has taken a life already. After an hour of talking they finished. Nizu, alright. Today all of you have time to prepare. Since Shigaraki just attacked yesterday, he's probably celebrating as Red Hood suggested. Go home and get some rest so we can begin this mission. The new heroes nodded and left Nizu. Where will you all stay? Red Hood. We will stay at the safe house that's nearby. Nizu. Very well. Let's meet back here tomorrow. They all got up and left UA. Red Hood. You guys go ahead without me. Orisa. Where are you heading? Red Hood. I want to meet some old friends. Do you want to come with me? Sure. Can you guys take my mech to the safe house? When Wrecking Ball talks, it's his mech. Wrecking Ball. I'll drag it there. Please be careful with it. Wrecking Ball. Nightwing. We'll make sure it gets there safe. Thanks. They leave with Hana's mech. Izuku. Let's go. Wait. They turn to see Achiko. Red Hood. What is it? Achiko. Your Hana song. Hana. Yeah, I am, Achiko. I seen you play with Izuku a lot when you stream. Can you please tell me where is he? Hana. I can't, Achiko. Why not? Hana. I'm not allowed to talk about fellow agents to outsiders, Achiko. Please, he's my friend. Red Hood. Was he ever your friend? Achiko. Huh. Red Hood. Was he ever your friend? Achiko. What kind of question is that? Of course he was my friend, Red Hood. Not from what he told us. He told what you and your friends did to him. You ignored him, Achiko. I know, but I regret it, Red Hood. Just you. Nobody else. Achiko. Well, no. The others also regret for ignoring him, Red Hood. Then why did you said you regretted it but not include the others? Achiko. I'm lost here, Red Hood. What I'm saying is you just included yourself but not the others. A person would include those who also share the same feelings, but you didn't until I pointed out. Why is that? Achiko. Red Hood. I see. You are in love with him, Achiko. Yes, I am. Hana then got jealous. Red Hood. Well, I'm sorry, Achiko. Why are you sorry? Red Hood. Izuku has already moved on to somebody else. Achiko's heart broke. Achiko. No. Red Hood. Yeah, he did. He has feelings for somebody else. Achiko looked down and began to shed tears. Red Hood. Let's go. He grabs her by the waist and pulls out his grappling hook and shot it, leaving Achiko alone. Achiko thought he already moved on to somebody else. Why did I accept Bakugo's confession without a second thought? She then ran home to cry on her bed. We establish back to Izuku and Hana, who was still swinging. Hana was smiling inside because she knows that Izuku was talking about her. They eventually stopped at top of a building looking over Izuku's old home. Izuku, it's been 4 months since I came home. It was not a long time ago, but it feels like a lot time pass. Hana, I felt the same way when I left to serve Mecha. Izuku's mask retracted and zipped up his sweater to cover the bat on his chest. They get down from the building to the house. Hana, you have the keys. Izuku, sure do, unless they change the locks. He takes out his keys and unlocks the doors. Izuku, Mom. I'm home. He hears tiny feet running towards his direction. Deku. Izuku, Eri. She ran up to him and he picked her up and hugged her. Eri. Deku. Izuku, hey Eri. He hears her sob a bit. Izuku, it's okay. I'm here now. Well, she didn't waste any time. He turns to see his parents, along with Aizawa and Emi. Izuku, Well, I expect this from her. 𝐮𝐭, Hannah, hi Aunt 𝐮𝐭, they hugged each other. 𝐮𝐭, it's good to see you sweetheart. Hannah, it's good to see you too. Aizawa, problem child. Izuku, come on, you still call me that. I'm not even a kid anymore. Emi, you are in a parent's eyes. Hisashi, so what are you doing here? Izuku, well, we're here on a mission to kill Shigaraki. Hisashi, so they finally order it. Izuku, yeah. I've been tasked to kill him. Tomorrow we start our search for him. Hannah, so today we can rest up before that. 𝐮𝐭, that's good, but do you two have clothes? Izuku, I still have some here. Hannah, and I'll just steal some his clothes to wear. Izuku, like you always do. Eri, Deku, who's that? Izuku, oh yeah, I never introduced you. Eri, this Hannah song. A very close friend of mine. Hannah, hi. Eri, hello. I like your outfit. Hannah, thanks. Eri, I like your outfit too. Izuku, hey mom, did you smoke food by any chance? I'm hungry. Hannah, Izuku, we just ate breakfast not long ago. Izuku, come on. I miss my mom's old cooking and I know you do as well. Hannah, I hate it when you're right. 𝐮𝐭, I'll start lunch early then. Emi, I'll help. I need to get better at cooking since I'm going to have a kid. Izuku, wait, you're peeing. Aizawa, don't remind me. Emi, come on. I know you are excited as well. Izuku, the day Aizawa is a dad. Aizawa, just wait until you have a kid. Izuku, I already know with Hannah. Hannah, hey. They head into the living room while 𝐮𝐭 and Emi cook on the kitchen. Izuku and Hannah started to play with Eri. Scene change. Shigaraki, that felt satisfying. Killing all those people. Toga, Dabi, you still miss Deku? Toga, of course. He disappeared without us saying a word. Shigaraki, I want to find him and kill him once and for all. We don't need him to interfere any more than he's already done in the past. Dabi, with Talon's help we would crash him and the hero world. Sir Shigaraki, what do you want? 𝐻𝐻𝐿, Overwatch has been called to help in capturing you. Shigaraki, so? 𝐻𝐻𝐿, Red Hood is with them. Shigaraki, good. Now I can also get rid of the BSRD who has been a thorn at the side of the league for years. He smirked, looking forward to killing Red Hood and Izuku eventually. No one's POV. Eri, please don't go. Deku, Izuku, I'm sorry Eri, but I have a mission to do. It's the next day since Overwatch arrived in Japan to take down Shigaraki. Yesterday Izuku spent the rest of the day with his family and Hannah. Hannah enjoyed playing with Eri and was exactly what Izuku described of her. She also enjoyed the view of Izuku playing with Eri and imagined him playing with their child. Man, was that a thought for her. Later when it was time to go to sleep, Eri wanted to sleep with him for the night and Aizawa agreed. Hannah also slept in the same bed as Izuku and Eri because the guest bedroom coincidentally had leakage. Izuku and Hannah felt really uncomfortable but also felt nice being close. When they went to sleep, Eri grabbed onto Izuku and fell asleep, but when they woke it changed. Eri was hugging Hannah and Hannah was hugging her with Izuku having both his arms around both of them. 𝐮𝐭 took like 1,000 pictures before Hisashi had to stop her. When they woke up, Izuku and Hannah felt extremely embarrassed. Eri on the other hand felt really happy. When she woke up in between Izuku and Hannah, she felt something that she never had before. Family love. Izuku, listen, when I finish my mission I promise I would play with after. Eri, okay. Izuku kissed her cheek making her smile. Hannah, we'll see you when we come back. 𝐮𝐭, be careful. You too. Hisashi, Izuku, before you I have something for you. Izuku, what is it? Hisashi, follow me. They followed Hisashi to the garage and turned in the lights. Izuku, Dad. Hisashi, yeah. Izuku, did I ever told you how much I love you? Best I could get for a clear view. Hisashi chuckles, love you too. Izuku. Hisashi then gives Izuku the keys and he gets on. Hisashi, I just finished fixing it yesterday. It was destroyed completely when I was still Red Hood. Izuku, well, I love it. Eri, can I ride it? Hannah, sorry, you are too young still. Eri, Izuku, I'll let you ride with me when I finish the mission. Eri, okay. Izuku, well, Hannah, get on. Hannah, did you even know how to drive a bike? Izuku, come on, don't you trust me? Hannah, I don't, because I know you will mess with me somehow. Izuku, you try to mess with me every day. 𝐮𝐭, don't worry Hannah. Hisashi taught him everything he needs to know. Hana. Well, alright. She gets behind him and hugs him. Hana. If you do anything that puts our lives in danger, I'm killing you. Izuku. Duly noted. He puts on his mask and starts up the bike. Hisashi opens the garage and Izuku puts it in drive. Inko. Giggles. He's such a little kid sometimes. Eri. Giggles. That's what makes Deku fun. Currently Red Hood is driving towards UA on his brand new motorcycle. Civilians saw Red Hood and some cheered. Hana. They love you, Red Hood. Yeah, now that I joined Overwatch. Hana. I don't think so. I do think they genuinely love you even if you didn't join Overwatch. Red Hood. Thanks, Hana. They arrived at UA with the rest of their team waiting. Nightwing. Alright, how did you get that and where can I get one? Red Hood. It's a gift from the previous Red Hood. They got off. Hana went to her mecha and entered. Red Hood. So is everybody here? Echo. Yeah. We're just waiting for them to get ready. On K, other heroes came out of 𝐻𝐿. Sorry for the wait. The heroes consisted of Izuku's old friends, Aizawa, Midnight, Endeavor, and Miruko. So you're Red Hood? Miruko walked up to Red Hood. Red Hood. I am. What's it to you? Miruko. You have an attitude. I want to fight you. Red Hood. Sorry, but no, we have a mission. Even if we didn't, I doubt you would give me a challenge. Miruko grit her teeth in anger. Miruko, are you calling me weak? Red Hood. I'm not. But have you trained since you just started to walk? He turned around. Red Hood. Alright. I was given the responsibility of this mission. You all know dash. Miruko went for a kick but Red Hood disappeared. They wonder where he went until he reappeared behind Miruko and went for a kick, but he stopped just as he was about hit her face. When he stopped, a huge gust of wind hit everybody and Miruko felt it. Red Hood. Never attack me when I'm talking. Because next time I might just take your other arm. Red Hood lowered his leg. Red Hood. As I was saying. You all know the plan. If you find Shigaraki, send a message to your location and don't engage as long as you can. Kirishima. How are we supposed to find him? Momo. We can't just look around the whole city. Red Hood. I wasn't finished. There's multiple area that Overwatch has highlighted as potential targets or hideouts for the League of Villains or 𝐻𝐿. Red Hood tells them the locations. Red Hood. Now you know what to do. But remember, this might take a couple days to find him. So you better be ready to work your butt off or else I won't be happy. A menacing aura surrounded him. Red Hood. I'll show you why I am feared. The young heroes got scared. Red Hood, you are serious as always. Red Hood. You should know this considering how many missions we went on together by now. Anyway, let's get started. Anna. Wrecking Ball, you should stay here. Wrecking Ball. Understood. Red Hood. Thou Eri will not let Hammond go. When she sees him, the heroes head out. Endeavor was not happy being ordered around, but he had not choice. The heroes looked around the city in known locations of LOV or 𝐻𝐿 bases. Orisa really didn't do much searching since was busy helping civilians, since that was what she was programmed for. The young heroes were working in small teams in case they need help. Achiko couldn't focus on the mission since yesterday Red Hood told her that Izuku has already moved on to somebody else. Her partner Mina has been worried for and Achiko told her what happened. She was surprised and mad at Red Hood for telling her that to Achiko. The potential targets were being monitored by Overwatch in space. For the next 4 days they searched around but still haven't found a lead on Shigaraki. After the first day the heroes worked in shifts. But Red Hood did not want to take a break. They managed to convince him to head back to UA where they used as a temporary base. The others could tell Red Hood and they have a deep relationship, seeing that she managed to convince him. Red Hood went back to UA and headed to the cafeteria to get some food since he hasn't eaten anything all day. 𝐻𝐿. Red Hood. He sees it's just 𝐻𝐿, Aizawa, Midnight, and Lunch Rush. 𝐻𝐿 finally decided to take a break. Red Hood. Yeah, after his constant begging. Lunch Rush, can you make me some food please? Lunch Rush. Of course. What do you want? Red Hood. Katsudon if you could. Lunch Rush. On it. Red Hood sat down at the table where the members of UA were at. Red Hood. Sigh. Aizawa. Tired. Red Hood. I haven't taken a break at all these last few days. Midnight. That's not good for you. Red Hood. I have to be always ready for anything on missions. Shigaraki is a dangerous man that needs to be stopped. Lunch Rush. Here you go. Red Hood. Lunch Rush steps the plate in front of Red Hood. Red Hood. Thanks, Midnight. Are you going to eat with your mask on? He presses a button and retracts his mask. Midnight. Izuku. Izuku, shit. I don't want the others to know I'm here. Midnight, how did you become Red Hood? Izuku, I can't share that with you. It's a secret. Izuku then starts to eat his food. Midnight, I always wonder where you were and you were part of Overwatch. Izuku, so Principal 𝐀𝐮𝐬𝐸 didn't tell you. 𝐀𝐮𝐬𝐸, I knew you didn't want anybody to know, so I didn't say anything to the staff. Midnight, why? What happened? Aizawa began to explain what happened to Izuku while he ate his food. By the end, Midnight was mad. Midnight, why would they ignore you? Izuku, I wonder that myself. Midnight, why weren't they reprimanded? Izuku, I asked them not to. Midnight, why? Izuku, you see what I am now. I'm no longer the hero Deku. I'm Red Hood. I want to cut my connections to them. The door to the cafeteria suddenly opened and Izuku quickly put his mask back on. It was a few of Izuku's old friends. Red Hood, thanks for the food. Lunch rush. Lunch rush. No problem, Red Hood. I'm going to take a nap. Call me if anything happens. He stands up and goes to leave, but suddenly his hand was grabbed. Red Hood, what do you want? Achiko, Red Hood, please tell me where Izuku is. Red Hood, I will not tell a fellow agent's location to somebody who hurt him. Denki, Red Hood, we regret what we did to him. Red Hood, then tell me why you ignored him. They were taken aback. Red Hood, tell me why his friends ended up ignoring him. They tried to say something but couldn't come up with anything. Red Hood, thought so. A true friend never ignores those close to them. They cherish those bonds they made. There's a saying that was invented by one of the Red Hoods. Those who break the rules are some, but those abandon their friends are worse than some. Never forget your true friends. Red Hood got out of Achiko's hold and left the cafeteria. They thought about the words Red Hood spoke to them. Why did they ignore Izuku? Was it really because they wanted to focus on their relationship? Or something else? Kyuka, why did we ignore Izuku in the first place? Denki, well, had to think about our relationship. Toru, but Izuku always made time for us. And we never did. They then hear Achiko sob. Kyuka, Achiko, what's wrong? Achiko, sob, it's my fault he left. Toru, no, it's not your fault. Achiko, yes it is. Denki, whoa. Achiko, Achiko, crying, if only I never accepted Bakugo's confession, then we would have gotten together. Now he's moved on to somebody else. They consulted her. The others were watching, not saying anything. We then SW to Red Hood and see him laying on the couch in the teacher's lounge. Red Hood, thought Demon I should have stayed longer for an answer. A little bit would have helped. He closed his eyes to take a nap. Suddenly he wakes up in a dark space. Izuku, where am I? He looked around and sees nothing until fire appeared. He tried to get closer but couldn't move for some reason. The fire began to expand, it getting larger and more intense. It got close to Izuku but it didn't burn him. But suddenly he pulled away. Red Hood. He woke up and saw Midnight over him. Red Hood, what is it? Midnight, Shigaraki has appeared. He quickly stood up. Red Hood, where? Midnight, near Takoba Municipal Beach Park. Red Hood, thought the beach I cleaned. He grabs his guns and sword and quickly and goes to his bike and speeds off. Mercy, Red Hood, come in. Red Hood here. What is it? Mercy, some nomas have appeared. What do you suggest to do? Red Hood, who's with you? Mercy, Echo, Red Riot, Shoto, and Froppy. Red Hood, have Shoto and Red Riot hold them off until I get there. 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐴 and Echo should provide support from the sky. Mercy, on it. He guns it even more. It was already night, so there wasn't much traffic, and arrived at the beach in 15 minutes. He sees nomas fighting heroes. He stopped his motorcycle and got off. He then sees Ice trapping a Nomu, so he knows it's Shoto. You finally appeared. Red Hood. He turned around and saw Shigaraki along with Toga. Shigaraki, I can finally kill you. Red Hood, like I'm going to let that happen. Toga, Shigaraki, you promise I could have his BLD? Shigaraki, shut up. Toga. Shigaraki walks forward a bit. Shigaraki, but first I would like to ask you something. Red Hood, what? Shigaraki, join me. You enjoy killing, so why not join me? You could kill to your heart's content without following Overwatch's rules. Red Hood, etch. You think I enjoy killing? The Red Hood legacy may have a lot of dead bodies, but we don't kill for the joy. We kill to protect the innocent, so no. I won't join you, Shigaraki. Too bad. Toga, kill him. She rushed at Red Hood with her knife. When she got close, Red Hood smacked the knife away from her hands and then put her in headlock. Toga. Oh, I didn't know Red Hood like dash. Red Hood then snapped her neck, killing her, and fell to the ground. Red Hood. Now that pest is out the way, let's get this started. Shigaraki. Agreed. Red Hood rushed at Shigaraki and punched him. The ground under them broke, and Shigaraki managed to take the hit. He retaliated by throwing his own punch at Red Hood, but he dodged his attack and kicked him away. Red Hood, you're more sturdy than I thought. Shigaraki. I will not fall easily. Red Hood. Both rushed at each other again and started to hit each other. Their hits send shockwaves that could be felt. Red Hood wanted to push Shigaraki somewhere where he can let loose more without destroying property. They continued to hit each other until Shigaraki kicked Red Hood in his stomach, but luckily his armor withstood the hit. Red Hood punched Shigaraki in the face, making his lose a tooth. Shigaraki, take this. He shot a huge amount of air pressure, sending Red Hood in the air. Red Hood managed to stop himself in the air. Shigaraki, so you fly now? Red Hood, I have for a while. Just didn't felt like it. Red Hood takes out his guns and starting shooting at Shigaraki, but the bullets did nothing. Shigaraki. Ah. You think bullets can hurt me? Red Hood. Thought worth a try. Shigaraki jumped towards Red Hood and threw a punt, but Red Hood blocked it. They started to fight in the air. Other heroes saw the fight. Sato. Red Hood is keeping up with Shigaraki. Tokoyami. Nobody but All Might and Izuku could have done that. Tsuyu, you don't think? Nightwing. Focus. We're still fighting here. Nightwing was taking on multiple high-end Nomis and managing to dodge their attacks and hitting them but not doing any damage. The other heroes tried their best to hold of these things the best they could. They wished All Might would be here, but even then what he could do? He was already weak. Hana looked over to the fight between Red Hood and Shigaraki. Hana, thought you better come back alive, Izuku. Because there's still something I need to tell you. Back to Red Hood and Shigaraki's fight. They wound up a bit farther into the sky, still trading blows. But stood their ground against each other. Shigaraki, I'm surprised you managed to keep up with me. He went for another kick to Red Hood's stomach, but he was ready for that. He dodged and went for a kick that Shigaraki stopped. Red Hood, there will always be somebody stronger than yourself out there. Shigaraki, maybe, but you are not stronger than me. Shigaraki lit up in fire from one of the quirks he stole. He started to attack Red Hood again, but was surprised he wasn't burning by his flames. Red Hood, my outfit was built to stand anything. This is nothing. Red Hood blocked one of Shigaraki's attacks and kneed him in the face, then grabbed him by the face and flew straight towards the ground and smashed him into the ground. Shigaraki didn't stay down long and kicked Red Hood away, making crash through a couple buildings until he landed just at the edge of the city that led into a big forest. Red Hood got up and saw Shigaraki flying towards him at high speeds. He quickly got up. Red Hood, it may blow my cover, but I need everything to beat Shigaraki. Shigaraki flew directly at Red Hood. He threw a punch, but Red Hood managed to block it. Red Hood threw a punch to his face, but Shigaraki stopped that as well. Red Hood, why are you not using your decay quirk? Shigaraki, using now will make this way too easy. Red Hood, that overconfidence will be your downfall. Shigaraki, there's nobody here that can stop me now that Demon Deku is gone. His friends ignored him for their own relationships. Red Hood, I know. He told me himself. Shigaraki, so you know where he is? Tell me. Red Hood, never. Unlike those he used to call friends, I'm no traitor. I care for those around me, so I will have to beat you to protect them. Red Hood headbutt Shigaraki, making him stagger. Red Hood then threw him deeper into the forest. Suddenly the right side of his mask cracked, but he didn't notice. He followed after Shigaraki, with Midoriya also following not far behind. Back with the other heroes. Orisa managed to hold most of the Nomis on her own. They were much easier than Doomfist. They started to whittle down the number of Nomis after hitting their brains, making them not able to regenerate. Mercy healed or boosted the other heroes the best she could while avoiding the Nomis. Wrecking Ball took most of the hits with his mechs since it can make its own shield. Also, while Wrecking Ball was swinging hitting the Nomis, somebody screamed, "I came in like a wrecking ball." Anyway, after they whittled down the Nomis a significant amount. Aizawa, there's not a lot left of them. The Let's go help Red Hood, Mercy. Yeah, we agreed to let him face him alone, but Echo. Trust him, Virginia. He wouldn't die now, Nightwing. He won't die that easy. Plus he still has something to do and I know he won't die until he does it. What does he need to do? Nightwing, you'll know after tonight. But can we at least give him support? Aizawa, I agree. Red Hood may be strong but he's not invincible, Mercy. Very well. Echo, you head over with Anna, Achiko. We'll go with you, Achiko. Shoto, Momo, and Kirishima stepped up. Mercy. Very well. Go now. They start to head over to where Red Hood is fighting Shigaraki. Hana. Thought please be okay. Izuku, meanwhile with Red Hood and Shigaraki. Shigaraki landed on the ground and managed to stop himself. Red Hood rushed at Shigaraki punching him but Shigaraki managed to block the attack. Both started to trade blows again but with much more intensity. The ground began to break apart from the sheer force. Each managed to hit each other but it didn't stop there. Shigaraki tried to use one of his quirks but Red Hood didn't give him a chance to use them. He also tried to steal Red Hood's quirk but he couldn't. Red Hood tried stealing my quirk. Shigaraki, why didn't it work? Red Hood, because he hit Shigaraki in the stomach making him cough up blood. Red Hood, mine can't be taken. He then slammed his head to the ground and began to drag him. Shigaraki screamed in pain from actually taking damage now. He touched Red Hood's arm to decay it but his armor protect him. Red Hood threw him so he couldn't touch his skin. Red Hood noticed part of his armor on his right hand was destroyed revealing his skin. Red Hood thought I will need to stay away from his touch. His quirk decay quirk can destroy my armor. Time to use 4th and 5th user's quirks. His body suddenly lit up in a strange bluish aura for a second. Red Hood thought what the dash. What was that? He didn't have time to think when he sensed Shigaraki heading towards him at high speeds. Shigaraki, die. He used his air cannons to launch a gust of air but Red Hood dodged it and rushed at Shigaraki. Red Hood went for a kick which Shigaraki held his leg and tried to decay it but Red Hood used Black Whip to grab Shigaraki and forced him to let go of his leg. Shigaraki, what? How do you have this? Red Hood, you still haven't figured out who I am. Red Hood then smashed Shigaraki on the ground before retracting his tendrils. Red Hood, who else has the ability to wield incredible strength, fly in the air, use tendrils, and sense impending danger. Shigaraki then figured it out who it was. Shigaraki, I'm surprised you became Red Hood. Deku. Red Hood then retracted his mask. Izuku, life works in weird ways. Shigaraki, I never thought the student of All Might would become a ruthless killer. Izuku, people change. Tenko, you of all people should know that. Tenko, you being Red Hood is a surprise but I like it. I can kill the legendary Red Hood and the thorn that has been on my side since day one. In Shizuku, you will not win. Tenko, Tenko, don't call me that. Tenko is dead. Izuku, I know. You are not the kid that wishes to be a hero. His mask then covered his face again. Red Hood, you are just a murderous psychopath that should be put down. Shigaraki, I like to see you try. They rushed at each other again with more power. The ground shook from every hit. Neither managed to hit a solid hit on each other. Their fight was taken into the air again. Shigaraki hardened his skin from another quirk he stole. Luckily Red Hood's armor managed to take blows. He covered his right arm that was exposed with his Black Whip. Shigaraki managed to hit Red Hood away and followed with another hit but Red Hood disappeared and kicked Shigaraki in the back. Shigaraki recuperated and turned around to punch him but Red Hood blocked his punch and knees him in the face. It didn't stop Shigaraki and he headbutt Red Hood destroying part of his mask on his left side revealing part of his eye and hair. Shigaraki then used his Ari cannon and sent Red Hood towards the ground crushing. He landed on the ground shortly after. Shigaraki, you keep proving to be a nuisance as always. Deku. Red Hood slowly starts to get up. His chest arm had cracks in it. One more direct attack and it will break. Red Hood, Shigaraki, you never seem to give up in your conquest to destroy the hero world. But then again, I'm not giving up to be a hero. Shigaraki, this fighting is pointless. You should just let me kill you. Red Hood, where's the fun in that? Red Hood. He turns around and see Hana and the others heading towards me. Red Hood, what are you doing here? I told you to leave him to me. Echo, we're here to only offer support. Kirishima, You shouldn't be fighting that guy alone, Momo. He's right. We're here to help, Red Hood. You don't understand. He's not dash. Shigaraki hit Red Hood, sending towards the other and crushed in front of him. Everybody, Red Hood. They went to his side. His armor was destroyed, revealing his undershirt. Anna grabbed her rifle and shot Red Hood in his stomach, healing some do the damage. Shigaraki, you should have just stayed away like he said. Now all of you are going to die. Shoto and Kirishima got in front as shields. Shigaraki rushed at them. Kirishima hardened his body to take the impact, but suddenly Red Hood ran past them and stopped Shigaraki's attack. Red Hood, your fight is with me, Shigaraki. Leave them out of this, Shigaraki. You still care about them even after what they did to you, Ochako. What we did to him. Red Hood, it doesn't matter. All that matters right now is me beating you. They started to attack each other again, but Shigaraki was slightly faster than Red Hood. That attack he took a toll on him. Ochako, I don't get it. Did we do something to Red Hood? Kirishima, we didn't do nothing to anybody, Shoto. Unless Shoto then pieces things together. Red Hood joined Overwatch around the same time Izuku joined. And Red Hood is fighting like Izuku fights. Shoto, no, Izuku is Red Hood. Ochako, what? Kirishima, that can't be possible. They turned to the Overwatch agents. Shoto, tell us. Is Red Hood Izuku? They didn't say anything. They were focusing on the fight. Ochako, is it true or not? Anna, focus on the fight now. You might just learn something. Shigaraki started to overwhelm Red Hood in the fight. His body was still in pain from the punch he took. Shigaraki managed to destroy his jacket, leaving him in just an undershirt. His mask also took a beating, with now almost half of his face showing. The camera crew was capturing everything. The heroes back in the city managed to take out the rest of the 𝐻𝐿𝐼 and were now watching the fight going between Red Hood and Shigaraki. They see Red Hood get overwhelmed and thrown to the ground hard. Shigaraki, just give up, Red Hood. You will never be able to beat me. Red Hood slowly got back up with his looking at the ground. Shigaraki rushed at him and sent flying away again. He landed at the now destroyed forest edge, renting the town. He slowly got back up again with his mask now falling apart. His face was now revealed to the world. Many reactions were given of people now seeing the face of Red Hood. His former friends were in shock. Izuku has been close to them the past 4 days. Shigaraki, looks like now everybody knows your identity, Izuku. The previous Red Hoods must be ashamed that you skipped up and revealed your identity, Izuku. Hana was getting worried. Izuku was saying nothing and staying still. Shigaraki, say goodbye, Izuku. He fired a purple beam from his hands. Hana, Izuku. She rushed to protect him, but she was stopped by 2 high-end 𝐻𝐿𝐼. The attack was getting closer to Izuku, but he still hasn't moved. The others tried to go save him, but they were getting stopped by the 𝐻𝐿𝐼. The attack got bigger and formed into a shape of spear. It was heading towards his chest. The others struggled to get to him, but they couldn't make it in time. Hana, Izuku. Shigaraki, die.